You were saying?
We are live, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, let me share the link.
So, welcome everybody. I'm glad you guys are able to join us tonight. Tonight we have a special guest. We have Franco Carlesimo, and tonight we have Thor with us.
Salute.
We will have more people join in later on. They told me they were running a little bit late, so we might have more people jump in the chat. I think Jerry was going to come on as well.
Let me share the link. So maybe we can get them. Because you didn't send me anything, so I didn't promote
it. And it was last minute, and I had a whole bunch of things, and people were telling me, "You didn't tell me Franco's coming on."
Yeah.
Well, we said it last night, and Greg didn't even hear it, so
I heard it.
Yeah, I know.
I heard it.
Yeah, no, I totally forgot to send the link. I'm such a bad person. No, I sent the link. I sent the link to everybody on the chat so they could join.
Oh yeah, I need to see the chat comments. There we go.
Because you're getting on the YouTube to see the chat.
Yeah, no,
you can see it. You can see it right here. You can see it right here.
Yeah. There we go. We have Edwin. Are they there? What's up, family?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
There you go. So it's 3 a.m. here. That shows how much I love you guys.
The witching hour.
Yeah, that one. We're 3 hours past the witching hour. Now
that's when all the ghosts come out.
Yeah. Of the creatures.
That's the time I want to sleep.
Is it like 3 a.m. like when they do scary movies? Like
I told you the witching hour. Yeah.
People tend to wake up in the middle of the night.
You notice Barbara's topic always seems to go like the scary or creepy stuff.
Well, yeah, she has good taste.
Yeah, I like
everything that happens after 2 a.m. is it's going to be crazy for sure.
See, when I wake up in the middle of the night, I get scared of looking at the clock to see at what time I wake up because I don't want it to be 3.
Is it like 3 o'clock supposed to be like a time or something
Yeah, that's like in the movies, like that's why Thor said the witching hour because that's when in movies
like the ghosts come out
that's like their most active and all that kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Is that when your mind starts to flow, Franco? Like to get all the inspiration for all that.
Probably. Yeah, I do a lot of sculpting during the night. Yeah,
that was actually one of my questions. Like, where do you get your inspiration from? Because this is all like created from your mind, which is pretty sick.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, you just called me sick, so I appreciate it. Sure.
No, it's pretty sick in a good way. Like the
I know, I'm just
the creativity into it. Look, I have my son right there, and he saw them for the first time. All your pictures that I showed him, he was like, "Oh my god, that's sick!" He's like, "I love it."
It's just, I mean, it's a combination of everything that through my life. I think like. I used to love horror movies, more than horror movies, like the creatures in the horror movies.
Yeah.
Like we talk about Alien, Predator, It is super cool as well. Like there's Pennywise in the sense, but there's a lot of that influence. Like I used to watch a lot of the. There was this show called Movie Magic back in the 90s, and it was all about the. What's up, sir? How are you, Jerry? And the show Movie Magic, it was all about the behind the scenes of a lot of movies that used to do a lot of SFX, special effects. And I remember like watching, I don't know, behind the scenes of Gremlins or stuff like that. Gremlins is another one that I really love.
I love that movie.
But all those things they really caught my attention because there were things that they are not real, like that it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like a special. You have to be like it's a special type of creativity, Like it just, I don't know, like it just, it's crazy, where all that stuff comes from, No,
like, the mind is crazy. Like when I was little, I used to watch horror movies too, and my mom used to hate it because I would stay up late by myself watching horror movies, and then every night I would have bad dreams, and in my dreams your mind it's not like, okay, you watch a scary movie and you're dreaming about that character. No, your mind starts to create like the weirdest shit. Like my mind, I was scared of roaches, so I would have dreams where I was like in this weird atmosphere where I had like these weird roaches that were like fucking humans.
I would love. P.S. I would love.
Please don't do that.
I would love for you to sculpt like a roach. Just
do
sculpt
not
a roach.
sculpt a human roach. No.
Like the transformation. Yeah, I get it. But if you think about it, you usually, when we used to watch those movies, you never really see the monster that much, but your mind will create something much more horrific,
Much more horrific and sick and like terrifying. Yeah. I had terrible dreams when I was little. It was horrible. But then I was so bad. I would wake up and I wasn't necessarily scared. Like I would wake up and I said, okay, I'm awake. I know it's not real. But then I want to go back to bed. I want to finish the dream.
I want to see what happens. I want to see how it ends.
It's like a story playing in your mind. I'm like, okay, I want to finish the damn movie.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I don't know, for some weird reason, I wasn't like really afraid of the creatures. I was like more like drawn to them. Like I was interested, into see what the shapes and the forms and what this creature will be like. And the cool thing about all what I do, I think, is that that I can like bring something that it just comes from the imagination and translate it to the real world. That's why I love the statue part of it, like bringing something to the physical round, is super cool for me. And having something that I'm still, I would, the fact that they are not moving, they are not actual characters like VFX, like the I don't know, gremlins or something like that. I think that is the sweet spot. Like when you get something that you created and you see it in motion and to appear to be alive, that is something that is the coolest to me.
I never knew that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that. And well, I'm lucky that one of the creatures, that the one that is there, like the hunter, got kind of picked from Greg Nicotero. Yeah, for Creepshow. Yeah. We did a redesign, and I saw one of my creatures like alive, and it was so awesome. Like because it was done with a puppet as well. It wasn't that 3D character.
They made it into they put it into a show, that creature.
That's
that must be like
I haven't seen it. I want to see it.
That must be like the most ultimate like satisfaction, Like,
it was. Yeah, completely.
Like you turn into like a baby, like a baby.
Like my 10 years old myself would be like screaming of joy, like having a creature that I designed, I created, being the screen. It was just mind blowing. It's insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is that something you want to continue to keep getting into, like having your creatures like maybe pop up like in movies or have their own story or background?
Yeah, a little bit. Like I'm super bad at expressing myself with words. That's why I'm not really that good. I cannot write like a story or something like that. That's why I do these ideas in just an image form, like the one that we talk about. All that story that I have behind it is just in that one image. But yeah, I'm actually been working with a production designer for movies lately, doing a few things.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, it's not the same because you're not creating something that is from your mind and there you go. It's just like you have to follow like certain guidelines. Yeah, like they send you a concept. Yeah, they send you a concept, an idea, and you have to achieve their idea. You have to, and you put a little bit of yourself in there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still your work, So
yeah, it is still your work. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I would like to see my creatures in big screen. If the cinemas are still open for the time.
Right.
Is it open over there yet, or no? It's still like kind of.
I think like today the curfew is over. So I don't know. We'll see tomorrow in the news or something. Yeah, it's getting a little bit better with the vaccines and stuff like that. I don't want to say anything because I don't know if YouTube cancels
Thor, we have experience with that.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool. I want to see that. I want to see, what is it? Creepshow, right?
It's Creepshow. Yeah, it's called The Finger.
That's a, what is it, like
It's in Shadow. I don't know how to
or a
pronounce it.
movie or what is it? Like a series?
No, it's an episode. It's a series. Yeah.
It's a series. Oh, so it's an episode in a series.
Okay. Yeah. Creepshow used to be. It was two movies.
Creepshow 1 and Creepshow 2. back
Yeah,
in
exactly.
like the 80s.
And nowadays they pick it up for a show, and they are doing actually. I think second season just went out. Hello,
Maybe.
sir. How are you?
Yeah.
I have to catch it because I haven't. We barely have time to watch TV, and like we've just been watching the stuff that we've been following for years, and we haven't caught anything new lately.
Yeah. I mean, you're dealing with statues all day, so I don't know how how are you going to have time for like 4 kids.
Statues for
Or the
kids,
dogs.
the dogs,
The
Yeah,
cats.
everything.
Trees.
Yeah.
trees,
And with
photography.
what happened? I missed that one. I saw a show yesterday, but I didn't hear anything about trees. What's
No.
happening with trees?
They got
Yeah,
the
we
trees.
got the 2 big trees.
Big dick trees.
Oh, okay. The one on the front. With the,
Yeah.
I know which one.
Yeah.
La Canaria.
La Palma Canaria.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny when people put like, it's creepy when they put like Christmas trees around it. Then it's like really like, what? You know?
Yeah, because people tend to do like lighting on the trunk, and then on the pineapple shape they put like another color. So, and then there was one that actually put lights on the palm
So
leaves.
it looks like
So
it's
it looks like
squirting.
it's a.
It looks like it's squirting up.
A big. Oh man, yeah. And the night, yeah, it's excited.
It's
That's an excited tree.
Hello, Tim.
Oh, hey guys. How's everybody doing? Hey, Franco.
Good, and you?
Outstanding.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Thor, Bob.
I don't think we met.
Nice to meet you.
Oh man, I'm so jealous that you're going to get the barbecue soon. Like I would love to be there. That would be insane.
Just come, fly.
Yeah, like that easy. I wish. Be Nightcrawler right now would be awesome.
Every day.
No, not at all.
That's crazy. Yeah, I wish you could come too, man.
That'd be crazy. Man.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more years.
How's your boo-boo?
It sucks, bro. I can't even pick anything up.
Which hand?
It's my less dominant hand, my non-dominant hand, but
What did you do?
I can't
What happened?
like make a grip.
What happened?
I sliced my thumb off today.
Oh fuck.
Oh, you were cooking?
No, I was working on the arcade.
This is actually
Okay.
funny. Franco got a private jet.
Yeah, you're all invited.
With the bubbly.
Can you imagine? Man, fuel would be so costly. Come on.
I know, right? It's terrible here. So
Gas is super
We'll
expensive.
have to sell more status to Jerry.
Franco, gas has gone up. The gas has gone up there in price up there too.
To be honest, I haven't bought a car here, so I don't really know. I used to have a car, but I sold it. And here in Barcelona, you don't really need it if you're
Don't really
moving
use
in the
cars.
Oh, they
city.
need like scooters.
no, like you guys walk a lot, right? Or take a
Oh, and bus and subway and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
subways and bus. Kinda like New York
it's super
town.
good. The public transportation here is super good. Yeah,
Here's
I
the thing.
actually don't go around much places because I'm here working all day. So
all day.
Hey, it's better to work than not to work.
yeah, I'm still young.
We gotta
But
do
not
what
like
we
Jerry.
Franco, just use your boom tube. What's a boom tube?
That's from DC.
From DC.
Yeah, that's from DC, but
Dark Side.
Yeah.
it can be something different as well. I mean, I took it in the wrong way, I think. Like, that's, I don't know if yours makes a sound, Alan, but yeah, to each his own. Boom. Done.
That's what the kids call it nowadays.
It should come with a sound effect, right? That is the only thing that is missing.
Jerry, what's up with that nickname, Statue Swiper?
Oh, I happened to beat somebody out of getting a statue this week.
Ooh.
He was a little bit out of shape.
Franco just wants to stick his head in the sand right now.
No, that's good. I mean, yeah, it was a fair fight. I think the other one was like he never came to the ring, so
It wasn't a fair fight. He didn't have.
no, it wasn't.
Damn.
He didn't have help from that bottom left corner. From the bottom
No,
left.
yeah. No, there was nobody there in his team. Is he going to come?
He might come. He might come.
Okay, he might come. Okay.
But it will get interesting. It will get interesting later on if he does.
Ring.
Yeah, he told me that he might jump on later tonight.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, and I'm waiting for my other lover to come because I see he's on the chat, but I don't see him showing his face here right now.
The archangel, if you will.
There you go.
Oh, man.
If you've been following the DSCX family for at least more than a year, you will know who my other lover is.
Oh, yeah.
So we used to have a lot of like nice discussions in the chat.
That's probably why we got shut down.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
No, man, it's crazy. I mean, have you all like have grown and this past like what 3-4 years? I mean, it's
I think
like the community is going crazy, like mad.
Bananas.
Yeah, like in the last 4 years, the amount of growth that it has come from all this, it's just insane.
It's gonna be 2 years that we went to Comic-Con, I believe, and we've been at this for what, 1.5 years before that. So it's gonna be close to 4 years.
Yeah, it's gotten really big, huh?
Yeah, huge.
That's good though. It gives more, it gives like more, support to the community, I guess.
Yeah,
I want there to be billions of people buying these things.
Yeah.
Me too.
That would be amazing.
That was like a snake. That was like a little snake. Me too.
No, yeah, but it's been super cool. Like the community.
Even your barbecue, like it's in, like it's gotten it's grown, right?
That's good.
Yeah, it's tripled. It's almost quadrupled.
That's a lot of ribs.
I've actually told Ohami
I told him we need some more ribs.
Not choppy. I actually told Ohami it would be cool, like to do because not everybody has a chance to travel, and there's a few collectors here in Florida or Miami per se. Would be nice to do like a get together also down here to the collectors here in Florida and stuff. I mean, I think if more of these start popping out throughout the United States, would be cool.
I think it's pretty cool because it's like a con.
We can make our own con. Yeah,
it's kind of like a little con. At the end of the day, you go to a con to like look at the stuff, but you really go to like hang out with like other people who have like
100%.
The same interest. I think you have more fun like hanging out like us, like we hang out, then actually you go look at the stuff, you look at it real quick. Yeah, it's cool, whatever. But what makes it like the fun and the memorable part is like when you're hanging out, and talking, and people pretending to be Franco and.
What is that one, man? Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's insane.
He gonna be there.
That one is a fun one. Yeah, it's a fun story.
That
was hilarious. The whole night I thought that was Franco. That was so bad.
That's insane. Now you know, obviously.
No, and it was dark. It was like dark.
It was dark.
In the karaoke, and then I kept on.
And the lights. Yeah, no drinking. No, the boost didn't have anything to do with that for sure.
The boost, the fireball, everything.
Yeah, that was. It's like those memories stay with you,
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you do, I would love you if you eventually do something in Miami because I know I've been in Miami and I want to take my wife to go there sometime. Oh, yeah, so I will let you know, and then you can set something. We can all meet there.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah, that would be dope. I would love to do that.
We do like a group thing, in Miami, and everybody hangs out,
See, right now the flights for me to go to a Tim's is super cheap. It's $107 round trip.
Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, that's cool.
I know. The only problem is work. Like we were looking at flights last night. It's a pain sometimes because he won't know till last minute, if he's
I love those get-togethers, man. It's like, you get to, and it's funny because, when you're there, like the time goes like super fast. It's not like those conversations, like what do we talk about?
Like when you had your little moment with a Tim at the lobby. Oh my God, that was so romantic. It was such a romantic setting. You guys were in the lobby, just there chitting in the sofa, having this convo. It lasted like a couple of hours,
Talking about X-Men.
Talking about X-Men.
Yeah, that's the best shit. Yeah.
No, man.
I think I got home that day at like 5:45 in the morning.
And you had to leave right back.
I showered and left again.
And Tim is such a cool guy because we didn't know how to get back, and our phones died. And he's like, no, man, I'm gonna walk you back. I go, but you're gonna miss your train or your subway or whatever. He goes, no, I don't care. I was like,
I was in the back. I was
He's a teddy bear.
I was behind them, and it's Tim there having the romantic walk in New York, talking, chatting statues.
No. We've arrived in New York, and me, Rodney, and Joe's in the car, and I looked over. I was like, dude, is that a Tim? He was like, no, man. I said, bro, that's fucking a Tim. And I said, a Tim. He looked. I said, bro, that's him. Hey, holding all these art prints and shit.
Bro, I had an art prints under my arm. I'm like panically walking through the city.
Oh man,
yeah.
It's cool, man, because I think a lot of people look at us and like people who aren't a part of this like community, they'll look at us and be like, man, you crazy, man. How much you pay for that thing? Like,
Yeah. People, the first thing they ask is how much did that cost?
Yeah.
And I always feel like I want to lie to them and say like $100, and they're like, oh. And I'm like, it's not $100. It's so much more.
You tell them, oh, it's 700, it's 1,000. They're like, what? Like you wasted that much money on that? Like what? And you know what pisses me off? They're like, it's like a big toy. Like really?
But no, I find when they see pictures of it and they say that shit. But when they show up at your spot, they don't say that shit.
Oh, no yeah, because they're
right. They don't say that shit no more.
Yeah, when they see it in person, it's a whole different thing. There's an affinity like people have with like real physical things, Yes. Like watching them on a phone is not the same like holding or watching it from every different angle and being there. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, even from pictures, like when you see it in person, it's like it's really impressive to see like that 3D, right there in front of you,
Yeah, and you capture different angles and you discover different things, it's
and the amount of detail.
That's what happens to me with the photography. Like sometimes I'll get a statue and I look at it, but I don't really absorb everything, And then when I take the pictures from different angles, different distances, close-ups, or I look at little stuff and I take pictures of everything. And when I'm editing them, I get to see like all the details, like the paint, on the face or little.
It's like a microscope.
Yeah.
And for me, that's crazy because if you think each one of them are like painted manually. So there is no tool alike, actually. It's crazy. Like the amount of work that they put in these statues, it's just insane. Like, like the ones that, I don't know, sometimes it's like, they seem a little bit cheap sometimes.
No, it's kind of true because when you look at it, like you have a lot of like art, like everybody in their own in their own ways, like an artist, that puts their part into the statue, like
for sure,
like the sculptor. Then you have the painter.
Oh, there's exactly.
So
I can do like my best work.
Molding and casting.
Exactly. There you go. I can do like my best work, whatever. But if the next person in the line doesn't do a good job, it's not going to look as good. So it's every stage is a step, and it's a teamwork always. Like it's never like a one-man job. Like you gotta go to, as the team said, like from the printing, then the sculpting, then the printing has to be really well set up, and cleaning the print, because that print is not like something that's going to come out like that and that's it. You have to do a nice cleaning job on the printing. Then you go to the molding and casting stage. That takes a lot of art itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you gotta go with the painting. Obviously, the painting is, for me, some are like insane because you see them and they look like really similar, and to replicate that job over and over again doing something, for me it's mind blowing. Like to have it like, and they look like really, they look almost the same. Like I don't know, 90%.
Franco, check the private
It's insane.
chat. Jerry wanted to ask you a question.
Is there anything off limits for us to talk about, Franco?
No, No, yeah, Jerry, we can talk about the PCS Pumpkinhead because it's out there and everybody knows that I did it.
That was hilarious.
So can you talk about how you got that game? Did they approach you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, actually, it's crazy because a lot of jobs like you get by recommendation, by like people. Like this one, I think that I got recommended by Willemar. By oh shit, now I'm blanking. What?
Lewis.
Luis, there we go. Sorry, yeah. I think I got recommended by him to Anthony, the owner of the company. And he contacted me and he was like, I got this cool license that I think is going to fit you. And I was okay, sure, yeah, what it is? And it's Pumpkinhead. And I was aware of Pumpkinhead, but actually I had never saw the movie. So I was like, yeah, dude, I mean, let me know. And like 3 or 4 months passed until he contacted me and we started working on it. And I obviously watched the movie, and it's a cool movie. I mean, it's the first movie that he did. Like Stan Winston, by far, for me, is like up here. Like I love everything that his company produced. We're talking about the Alien Predator. Alien Predator, Terminator as well. It's crazy. And yeah, it was a challenging one because you have to live up to the height. And actually, I hope we got it because for what I'm seeing, like people are super happy for what they are seeing. Now it's in printing stage, and well, we will see it soon painted.
I think one of the things where people might be excited is because Sideshow did one, but it's super expensive to get.
Hard to find.
It's
really
hard to find. And expensive, crazy expensive, like thousands of dollars expensive.
And it always shows up broken, from what I hear.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it has a lot of years. I mean, I don't know what, like over 10 years ago. Did they?
Over 10 years, yeah.
Another piece for Barb's freaky corner.
For my creepy corner.
The creepy corner.
I can have that.
I'll let you get the. I'll let you get the
pumpkin.
That's on tape.
Yeah, because I looked into that one. I wanted the PCSJ's the Michael, was it the Michael Myers, I think?
Yeah, Michael Myers.
And I saw the Freddy Krueger at a comic store. And he's like, no. I'm like, damn it.
That's a hard one.
He won't let me get any of them.
Yeah, but I think the Pumpkinhead will look like nice next to like the comic.
Yay! He said yes to one. You're just saying yes because it's a Franco statue.
You got one. And well, yeah, actually, I mean, I ended up in a really good relationship with Anthony, so we are working on more stuff. So
That's cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Is it going to be more horror stuff?
I cannot say. Like, we're working. We're going to work on.
I tried.
I know. Yeah.
That would be. Oh, Homie wants to see the pictures of the Thor. Hold on, let me.
Oh yeah, show the Thor. The Thor, it's a crazy one as well because that one, like, was in. I did it like 3 years ago, like a little bit more, I think.
That's crazy.
And it was just released at the middle of last year. It was shown.
Yep.
Something like that. So yeah, it took a long time to be out there.
Yeah, I love this piece. It's crazy, like the base on it. It's like.
That one was a lot of work. We got the whole like Ragnarok story there, and it was a lot of work.
The midnight guard
see this empty space here?
Wait, I have pictures of it.
That's where it's going, Jerry.
That's where it's going.
Yeah, well, it has to go next to the Captain.
Right.
That's nice one, Jerry.
Look at that, man. That's like so much deep into it.
Oh, look at that one.
Wow, that's
that basis.
Yeah, the composition was kind of hard to get, everything, and make it like statue style, like all like.
Is that Loki there in the corner? That's Loki in the corner.
Yeah, that's Loki in the corner, and that's Thor on the other side, like destroying the. How do you call the thread? I don't remember the name now.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy to put like a story inside a base. Like that's like mind blowing,
That's the Midgard serpent.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I love this tree right here.
I I love the movie, so I know that
Rodney,
yeah.
Rodney is not here because I will be teasing him for sure. But I love the movie. The movie was super fun for me. It was something different.
The Ragnarok movie.
Yeah. What, you didn't like it?
I love the movie.
Like I enjoyed it. Like I didn't like I liked watching Hulk like whoop him back and forth, smash him up a couple of times.
No, I like the Ragnarok movie.
You know, I liked Ragnarok, and then I talked to Rodney, and he put it in perspective to me. He was like, listen, you don't care about Hulk or Thor. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, that's why you liked it. He's like, imagine if they made Wolverine in a bath and then bouncing a ball against the wall. I'm like, oh, I'd fucking hate it. And he's like, yeah, that's why I hate it. I'm like, oh, I hate it too now. That's it. I don't like them.
No, that's not good.
And I love it, like at the end, how they started really he started really using like his lightning stuff, like his eyes were going with the lightning and stuff that CGI did.
Yeah,
And
there's
you played
definitely
with
cool,
that song.
definitely cool parts. In the
Oh
movie.
yeah, the song. That was a really good song they put.
I was insane. Like the match, it was perfect. Like Hammer of the Gods from.
I'm sure Ronnie's gonna record this episode and save it and throw it in.
I'm sure.
Whenever he gets a chance.
Yeah, but I know what you say. Well, I know what he's saying. But if you look at like the timeline, that movie was right before. It's Endgame or the other one? I may get the name mix. The Avengers, the last one. What was the last one when Thanos clicks? What's the name of the Endgame, right? Yeah. Well, that one, Thor Ragnarok was shot right before that one because at the end of Ragnarok, then you have Endgame, like, and it was like watching. If you see it in line, it's like watching a more chill, relaxing, fun movie, and then you get hit with Endgame.
Yeah.
Like right in the.
Yeah, like it was Infinity War was right after. He's on the ship and they're all beat up.
Oh, that's the thing. Infinity.
Infinity.
There you go. That's what. It's not Endgame. It's Infinity War. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I got mixed up the names.
Yeah, but the tone of those two movies, right? Like from Ragnarok to Infinity War is completely different.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So you get something more chill and fun and entertaining, and then you get hit with this movie where like half of them disappear and get, destroyed. So
yeah, no, it's crazy. How they did that like in the first 10 minutes of the movie, too.
Yeah, Loki gets, X off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really miss Marvel movies. Right now, this year has been like a big drive. It's crazy.
Yeah, me too. I was like, when Endgame finally happened, I was like, man, so like now what? Because I've been watching.
It's over. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was like, yo, I've been watching this shit for like 10 years. So what the fuck am I supposed to watch now?
Yeah. I was the same. And actually, I came from Game of Thrones was earlier. I finished, and it was like the worst ending ever. Ever. And then it was like, oh man, I have nothing left. Like everything has finished. It was crazy. So I'm really missing I'm really missing the Marvel movies. Like I wanted to go back, to restart. And actually, I don't know if you saw the last trailer that they dropped, like Marvel movies, and they tease Fantastic Four. They tease a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I always enjoy how they did like the whole Avengers thing. Like I'm not really a big Avengers guy, but I loved it how it went through years. So every year I had like a movie, to look forward to. Yeah. Like I was like, man, I hope they do that like for X-Men, because I like the X-Men movies, but it's just like a movie and that's it. But with the Avengers, like every year you look forward to like one or two, every year.
Jamie is why are you putting that question up there? Is there a reason, Barbara? Why you decide to pick that one?
No, you're asking a question. I don't know if you've done I don't follow anything Star Wars. Lord knows this. So,
are you into Star Wars at all, Franco?
I love Star Wars. Yeah, I love Star Wars.
No, he asked the question and I picked it. I'm not picking it right now.
I haven't done anything licensed for Star Wars. That's the Disney company. No. Everybody else is missing the movies, but I think Jerry haven't seen any of the movies. Like because Jerry stopped reading comics in the 40s.
Where your busted button at?
The only Marvel movies I've seen are the early 2000 ones. So I saw the first Thor. I saw the
First Avenger.
the first Avengers. I saw the Iron Man movies, but I haven't seen the latest stuff.
And is there a particular reason why you kind of like drop off?
I don't know. I just don't watch a lot of TV, and I don't get out much. They don't let me out.
I mean, you can watch them at home now.
What's that?
You can watch them at home now. They are all out.
I'm not too hip on the pop culture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell you're not hip in pop culture and comic stuff.
From your background. Yeah. You sure don't know how to operate Facebook, so you can get the statues, huh?
Yeah, I figured that one out.
You got that one right.
I figured that.
And the auctions. Comic book auctions.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Jerry's real big. You know, Jerry's so bad. So Jerry, look, I got auctions. You know, I look at comic book auctions, right? And then the next day he's done the comic book auctions. He's like crazy on the comic book auctions.
It's true because he's listening to the auction and all I hear is 20 on Jerry Bourne.
Jerry Bourne. And then
I slowed down.
He'll send me a message. Oh, that's it, I'm done. I bought too much. That's it, I'm out. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then 2 minutes later, I hear Jerry Bourne.
And it's true because I hear it in the background. I'm like, is that actually Jerry bidding?
Oh, Jerry.
He's a trip.
Yeah, those things are dangerous. I got to stay away. I only know one of the sites Ahami sent me, so don't send me any more.
I don't know about the ones I know because he's gonna be on it.
But how can you do that? How can you only watch like the first Avenger movie and like not watch all of them? You know?
I don't know.
Don't you feel empty inside? It's like
that's the reason. That's why I was asking, because it was like I don't know. It feels like a series, more like a movie.
They always get stuff wrong, so that's kind of.
Well, if you are comparing it to the comics, I'm sure. Yeah, obviously there is not 1-to-1, but it's like you have to think it as like a parallel universe, like another Earth. You can say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll catch up one of these days. I have to wrestle the TV away from my wife. She watches those how to kill me movies.
Oh my goodness, the crime stuff.
Those real crime stuff. Yeah, the real crime stuff.
ID Discovery and and when wives kill and when wives bury their husbands.
I'm obsessed.
Lorena Bobbitt.
I'm obsessed with crime documentaries too, so he hates it.
Yeah, between the crime documentaries and the creepy corner and stuff, I'm a little bit scared to be honest.
The first 48.
At least I don't hide it.
Oh, that was actually good, Thor.
First 48.
Don't put me on to the 48.
That was tight, bro.
That was actually pretty good.
No, I like watching like some on ID channel. Evil Lives Here.
Yeah. There we go.
Like
that's
creepy,
insane.
my evil neighbor or something like that, or something. I don't know. It's like
I would click off that. I would click off any of those shows within minutes. Like, all right, I got them.
I fall asleep and then I wake up like at 3 a.m. She killed him in a barrel. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, she watches that stuff, and I surf Facebook, and I bid on comic book auctions on my laptop. So
you use that like an excuse.
Yeah,
like you better watch it.
That's my entertainment.
Yeah, that's your time.
Television, so
yeah. So you got your time for it. Yeah, time for yourself.
I probably should watch the movies. I'd probably save a lot of money if I did that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're not going to be there buying statues and comic books.
That's right.
Every time
that's your hobby.
Every time I spend money on something other than a statue, I feel like I'm cheating.
Whoa, that's a big one. Yeah.
Like, why am I not buying a statue with that money? It's messed up.
Because you're out of room, man. Have you seen that? I mean,
I'm out of room. Big time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, unless I start putting stuff behind the couch, like in these empty boxes.
No. Yeah, Well, you have a lot of room there, but so You have to have a smaller couch.
Yeah, I need a smaller couch.
You need a smaller couch.
Jerry just be chilling in the bomb shelter.
Well, it looks like. Yeah, Sherry is ready.
Yeah, Tim, but you had a room already, right? I see like a little gray, you know, like a kit in like all the way to your left. If you, I can make, yeah, you can.
No, his right. His right.
That way.
Talking to me?
Yeah.
No.
A team. Oh, a team is crazy. That one is a nice one. What is the gray one? I cannot
this
tell.
one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, explain it to Franco. He doesn't know.
You can make some room, send it down to Miami, and they could give you some room, you know?
That's never happening.
But isn't that one a little bit? Isn't that one 13.5 though?
A little bit bigger. Yeah, I think it's out of scale.
Yeah,
you
don't need to that, bro.
I don't see the scale on that one.
Oh, that's funny.
You can see how big it is compared to the other ones, though.
Yeah, just like the brown Wolverine that's to the other side.
I think that's perspective.
Is that brown? Is that a brown Wolverine?
Yeah, that's the sideshow one.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's one. It's one.
Yeah,
it's a quarter.
No, it's that's perspective that's making it look big.
Oh, that it looks huge.
That is not how perspective works. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? Because it's closer to the camera lens, so it looks bigger than this one. Like if I move this way, now
Okay, there we go.
Smaller.
Okay, you were talking about that one. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. It's what is that? Like focal lens length or something like that? I don't know.
You can say whatever.
Yeah. It's still 3.5.
The other one does look big, no matter how you put it.
Yes. Oh man, that's bad. Come on.
I mean, at least you have it out of the box, so you know.
Well, that's the first step.
Back into the box.
Huh?
That's
What?
never gone back into the box.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't even like putting the switch out parts in the drawers.
Oh, you like leaving them like on the side?
Oh,
All the heads are out still.
What do you do, guys, for switch out parts? Because I have like a ton I don't know where to put them. Like it's crazy.
It's
We
crazy.
buy here. I'll bring one out.
Yeah, I buy like the little cases, and I just put everything in the cases.
Oh yeah, Jerry has everything organized. That's a nice one.
If you look at the floor, you're gonna see bloodstains.
A fresh victim.
Have you ever watched Deal or No Deal?
Jill or no, I don't think
It's
so.
a game show.
With the briefcases.
Oh, okay.
They show you
That's
the
nice.
briefcase.
Yeah, and you have that full of foam, and you cut the shapes of the parts.
Yeah.
I
And they sell them bigger.
That's smart.
I got tired of having them all over the place.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I have heads and stuff like that. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, in this one I was able to put the sideshow portrait for her.
Yeah, for Phoenix.
Phoenix, and then I have all the XM ones, and I have the.
I saw you a team.
Yeah, so I got these drawers.
Yeah, I like that too. I like it thin things with the drawers.
So there's all the heads in there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, but what would you do when it's arms and stuff like that? Because you can fit heads there, but
Yeah, I have the XM.
okay.
Oh, by the way,
It's,
Tim, that Nightcrawler is a 1/3 0.52. Like you
I
don't
don't know what
nice.
you're talking about. What Nightcrawler are you talking about? This one?
I don't know.
This Nightcrawler?
That's a nice one. I like that one.
Yeah, I like the drawer thing that you have for all the swap outs.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, I had to be creative because I'm out of room.
Like I only keep out like the head that you know that I might switch out, but some pieces come with like 5. You know, I don't need all that. You know, you just have like 2 favorites and that's it. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know why they ask for 5 switch out heads. Like 3 for me would be like that's the most.
Yeah,
should go.
Yeah.
That's it. But they want
to kind of
open
justify the cost for us.
I don't know.
I think at the end of the day, you're gonna pick your two favorite, and that's it. You know.
Yeah, but the thing is that maybe your two favorite are not the two favorite of somebody else. That's the thing. But I think you're just giving too many options.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You have too many options. But if you
that's a nice one. See, everybody is the one that right now Jerry is showing. Like everybody's using that head.
Yeah.
Oh, the battle damage head though on that one is really nice.
Well,
so I do switch that one out.
Okay.
Yeah, but that one I like that one in the battle head damage, and that's it. Like I don't care for.
I don't know if I can say this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
You can say whatever you want.
You know. Oh no, thanks, Barbara. What I know that the actual guy that did the comic book design, it rhymes with a flower.
Yeah.
Has one of those in his house.
I saw a video.
And he's super happy about that.
I saw that too. That's nice.
And
that
was very exciting.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it was like endorse. Like it was like endorse.
I saw the picture. I was like, oh,
that's a real. Like to be honest, like when I got it, like man, that's like a real impressive piece in person. Like I think that's one of those pieces that like the pictures. It's nice, but once you get in person, it's like, damn, that shit, like all the detail, like in the boots and in the gloves and in everything, it's like it's there, it's real impressive.
Yeah, it's got a great composition too.
Yeah,
that's a great piece. I love that lunge forward, sword back.
Yeah.
Composition is super hard to get. Like, and the thing is that there are so many done already of everything. Like, it's really hard to get something that is new, that it hasn't been done, and that it is good for the character as well. Yeah, you got a lot of challenge there, and a lot more these days because 4 years ago or 3 years ago there weren't this many groups, and nowadays. I mean, I see it every Friday with the guys. Like, I get my news from DCX. Like, what's going on in the statue world? and you see everything being done like 4 or 5 times. It's crazy. It's them. I don't know how many people, how people are buying this. Like, it means that there's a lot of buyers out there. There's a lot of people are interested in all this shit.
That must be like the challenge, like to keep like something like a character that's been done
it is
like over and over, but to keep it like fresh, like to keep it like exciting. So that must be like a challenge, for you and and for others. It
is a complex mix because you have to hit the new thing with the pose and everything, but you also have to hit the nostalgia factor, because a lot of people buy this from nostalgia. Like, oh, that reminds me when I used to read that's the pose that in my head represents, I saw it like that when I read this page of the comic and it got stuck in my mind.
Yeah, if it doesn't
that's
feel
a
like
hard
the character, it's done to me.
Yeah, but there you go. I mean, but the thing, you have a lot of people that think differently from you as how Wolverine should be represented. Right. So that's why I see like so many people doing all this stuff, and the gray other market for me, I think is much more interesting than the license market, you can say, because you're too constrained in the license market.
There's more liberty.
Exactly. Yeah, you're too constrained there, and there is a lot of approval process that you have to go through. And they don't let you do certain stuff that they actually do let you do in the comics, but when they become 3D form, reality, physical status, you can't do the same things. So you cannot really translate the 2D to the 3D as accurate as you would like because they don't allow you.
And that's what keeps I think that's what keeps the statue like fresh, like gives you that, I want it, like that new feeling.
because it's hitting the nostalgia factor, like, oh man, that's how I saw it when I was, and now you cannot do it because Punisher can be looking at the same, at the barrel of the weapon, like stuff like that.
No, I know.
And that's crazy to me.
And
yeah, that's kind of like I don't really get
Those
that.
are rules. You have to follow them. That's the thing.
Unfortunately.
no, but even like the custom stuff, as frustrating as it is, when you get something with shipping or whatever, how costly they are, it in a way it keeps the hobby alive,
Exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah, and the fact that you get things that you cannot. This is collecting, so it's not like buying. You're collecting something. So when you're collecting something, you want something that is scarce, is more unique, is different, and not everybody can have it. That's why you like. Sometimes that's why people like to collect stuff, and they like to trade and show off their collection and see how it's different. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like this, the way that you, a team, for example, see Wolverine is not the way that Barb or Hammer or Jerry are going to see Wolverine. I don't know. They might have a different one that they really like.
He's like a
so having
fourth rate character. Like I don't really see that.
No matter what you try to conundrum in here, it's never gonna happen, bro.
He's like a little dude, bro. He's like a little dude, bro. He can't even you can't even like snatch Jean from Cyclops. Like snatch the chick already. Like boom, like.
Little dude, I got a half scale version of him in the house.
A half scale? Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, the one Martin did.
Martin did, yeah.
That must look so dope because I saw the Doom half scale and that shit was like, what the fuck? Like damn, that shit was impressive.
Oh, that's insane. I saw that one. The Doom half scale. It's really cool. It's in a comic store here, and it's insane.
We saw it at a comic store here just the past Sunday.
It's huge and it's really good.
I kind of wanted to get it. I was like, is it for sale? And they're like, no. I'm like, crap.
I was like, I'm not into Doom like that though. Like,
no, they actually even had the Iron Studios dial, and they said no, it's not for sale.
Why they got it if they're not selling it? That's kind of stupid to me.
They have a different display at their store. It brings attention to your store.
Yeah, they sell like a couple things, but not the things.
They sell like a couple of stuff, but not everything. And it's mainly comics, so I guess it just draws attention for people to come in and see them and buy comics.
Yeah, I went to other places that had everything for sale, but everything was like quadruple the price. I was like, man, are you crazy, man? Like, I just want to see this stuff. I don't want to buy it.
Yeah, I can go to a comic store and see it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
That's one of the worst parts of the hobby is when you see something that you didn't want, and when you see it, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like you see it in person. It's like it's crazy. People take pictures of it, and it's like, oh, it looks cool, whatever, but it's never really caught your attention. And when you see it in person, you're like, oh, I need to have it, like
with a good display.
Like I was all Bowen when I first started, like. I'm thinking, oh man, $215, $280. That's like the most I'll spend. And then I walked into a comic book store in the Bronx and I saw the Silver Surfer comic cat, and I was like, "What is this?" And the guy's like, "This is a thing." And I'm like, "This is huge, so much." And then that was it, quarter scale. I just started buying quarter scale stuff.
Am I tripping or do I hear the X-Men music?
No, my brother-in-law.
Okay, bro, I thought I was going crazy.
Rocking the arcade.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I heard X-Men too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wait a minute.
It's a team. Brother-in-law is playing the game that he built with his own hands.
Oh, no, maybe it's my phone.
Maybe it's his phone.
No, he says the arcade.
The arcade's running.
He says the arcade.
It's the arcade.
Oh, his arcade's running. I heard it too.
And you bought the Silver Surfer there in the shop, Tim?
Yeah.
That was the first one,
really
right?
cool too, because at the time that surfer was like, look how crazy the hobby is. This is the facts, right? That surfer was $370 when it came out. I think it was $370 or $270, and he sold it to me for the retail price, and it was selling for like $600 or $700. That thing's like $2,000 on eBay right now.
Yeah, well, it gets value.
It's crazy. Yeah. That just shows you how scarce it becomes. And at the time, it was like you could find it all over eBay, littered.
Yeah,
the hobby has changed in the time I've been collecting, big time.
Oh well, the whole nerd culture has changed. Come on, I mean, like we weren't the popular guys, right? Like, well, maybe Maybe a hammy was. I mean, I can see a hammy being the popular one, but you can tell. Yeah, he has that rugged. Yeah. But it's completely different now. Like Nerds has, the Revenge of the Nerds. There was an old movie I saw.
Yeah.
Like the world is completely different now. It's insane.
I remember because I got into Bowens. When I first got them, I got into Bowens. And I remember I flipped through eBay one time, and I was like, I saw the dial, the sideshow dial, the one you have, and I have a one with the center head.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like $500 or something like that.
And we couldn't afford it.
And I was like, at that time, I was working, but I was like, man, I'm not dropping $500 on this. Like, this is a lot of money. I'm not gonna, like, what the hell? This is just crazy,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like 2 months passed by, and I had like an extra $1,000 or something. I was like, I'm gonna buy it, And I'm like, I go up, and it's like $1,200. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, this shit was $500 like a couple months ago. And I was like, what happened?
And then we ended up buying it for $1,000 something.
$1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the collectivity of it. It's supposed. The artistic shit about it. They go in value.
Yeah, I think sometimes pieces like you want them and you hold off because it's at the right time or something, but you're gonna end up getting it anyways because it's gonna keep on calling to you.
Yeah,
it's gonna hunt you for the rest of your life. No, he was after that piece forever. I remember when it first came out, he wanted to get that piece, and at that time we couldn't afford it. We had what was it? This was in the 2000s.
Yeah,
we had like 3 babies.
Yeah,
baby.
3 babies, and we were like, we were working 9-to-5 jobs and paycheck to paycheck, and it didn't happen.
No, but now you do. Like,
you
all that hard work paid off.
Listen, I said, man, I'm gonna have to start my own company or something if I want to get into statues because this paycheck. I'm not gonna forget it.
Well, the cool thing is that most of them, they at least hold the value.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's a good thing about it. It's a weird hobby.
Especially if it's X-Men.
Wait.
Especially if it's X-Men, will hold the value.
Oh, I don't know, but X-Men is like it's not flooding. That's not the word, but I think X-Men took the market. It's crazy. Like the most that you see are X-Men statues, I think.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah, to me as well. Yeah, but they became like the most popular ones. But that's what you were saying. Like what you said, like about the statue being there at the comic shop and not being for sale, just being to draw people into the store. That is what happened. Like when people see something like this in the statue form, it cuts their eye. It cuts their attention. So that is still crazy to me. Like
what's
Emperor says, what's the most you guys have spent on the aftermarket?
And if you don't mind, I'd like to start with Jerry.
Well, I can defer to Franco for that one.
No, are you serious?
You're the spotlight, Jerry.
Oh no, he's not serious. There you go. See, I didn't touch him that much. Come on.
The most I ever spent, huh?
If you want to say.
Yeah, probably not.
There you go. This is live, so come on. I need to record it.
I think it keeps on going up for me because, to be honest, it's like with the way shipping is now. It's like, it's kind of like I don't even know how much I'm gonna spend now. Because you buy a statue for like $1,000, $1,900, $1,500, $1,600, whatever. And then like the shipping is like a surprise. What surprise am I gonna get?
I don't think you've ever spent on a statue much aftermarket. Like what statue?
No, like aftermarket, no. But even it's not even aftermarket. It's just with the whole shipping thing. Like
I think that's what his question is, though. Aftermarket.
No, aftermarket.
Yeah, like something that you bought
off of eBay or something like that.
Yeah, or after it was.
I think like $1,500. I think like $1,500 or something aftermarket.
The most expensive one that we bought aftermarket was that dial, that Sentinel dial from Sideshow. Yeah, babe, that's the piece that we.
That's a cool.
Compared to like
Cyclops and
the one with Cyclops and Colossus.
Yeah, I try not
compared to the retail value of it, and compared to what we got it at $1,250, I think that's the most we've paid ever for a statue.
I try not to buy nothing in the aftermarket, to be honest.
I think the most I spent aftermarket is $2,000.
What was it that you bought in aftermarket? If you don't mind me asking.
The legendary skill Wolverine.
Oh, gotcha.
But that was actually the retail price.
Oh, yeah.
So for aftermarket, what do you mean? Aftermarket of a licensed retail, or aftermarket even after, like maybe with some of the customs?
Whatever you feel comfortable with, Jerry.
That's an interesting distinction, because then it would be Gambit. The Sideshow Gambit would be the highest I paid, because that was like 5 times its original price.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy how those pieces back in the day were like $300, and now they're like for like 1,000 something. So technically, that's really the most money. Even though it's not the most money you're gonna waste on a statue, it's the most like profit wise.
Yes.
You know, like somebody has made on the statue. You know,
it has the most gain.
Yeah.
I think the most I spent was on that night that you showed earlier. I spent a lot of money on that.
So yeah, that's
the most expensive statue in here will be the samurai.
There you go. That's my fault again. Sorry about that. I'm not getting the profits for this, so
we understand that.
You understand how? Yeah.
The samurai will be the most expensive statue I have by two times the next most expensive.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I think that is like that for me. It's unique in all senses. Like the way it was sold and what it was done about it, and I hadn't seen anything similar done with that character in the market. It was.
I'm so happy about it. I wish I could tell that whole story right now.
I mean, you can. I cannot. I
just
don't.
Like a blind pre-order. Hey.
Yeah, you can say the story. That's what's yours. You talk about custom sold day here, so it's not like.
If you want something, all I'm gonna say is you're gonna love it. Send me this money. Okay, here's the money. And I went, did I just fuck up? What if it's Superman? I'm like, what if it's Superman? Fucked up. Smash my head into a wall, and then it ends up being this thing, and it's like, whoa. Talk about, everything lining up for you.
Yeah, that was
so good.
That's a crazy piece, man.
That was scary, man. You understand? Just sending somebody blind money and then not hearing anything for, I think it was like 5 months.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you're like,
well, imagine being on the side of the guy that did that sculpt.
Like, no way in hell.
All that pressure.
Yeah.
Having like what? 50, 60, I don't know how. No, 50. No, I don't know. Yeah, 50. Like, so what is it? What is it? What are these? That was a lot.
That was awesome.
But but it was a nice surprise.
It's super hard to. Yeah, it was. It was super nice surprise.
Hell yeah.
I
remember the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, what is this? I want to order this, and I'm like, oh, this is the secret. This is the one I did. Like, man, I got lucky.
So if I had to guess on yours, it'll be the one to your right hand corner, the stormtrooper on the bike, right?
No, sir.
Oh no.
See, I pride myself on patience. I got that. But no, before I did that, the Darth Talon was $1,500, and if I had to do it again, ain't no way in hell I spent no $1,500. It's nice. It ain't $1,500 nice. But all this shit, like even all the mythos, I didn't spend over $600 on none of them.
No, the mythos line is beautiful. I mean,
they all like $1,500 at least now. But it was Darth Talon was $1,500, and it's not even exclusive. But
Vader is patient.
Oh, patient.
Oh, it's very
cynical. But I can tell you, if, like Tim was saying, like with the samurai, I think some of these I got 3. Well, right now I got 2. These NYC ones, like the Mandalorian, is probably about $2,500 you could get for that one right now. So yeah, they go for big money.
Yeah,
but, I got another one.
Do you consider those pieces like harder for you to sell because just for you to get it back, you'll have to like kind of waste that. If you ever you might regret it.
I've gotten to the point now where it's like I've actually thought about it, like if I had to sell something, I was like, fuck, I don't want to sell none of this shit. Like it's like you get to that point, like I've shaved all the filth is gone now. It's like everything is. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
I try to do that. I try to do that in this house, and it doesn't work out good for me, But I tell Barbara, listen, maybe we should sell some statues to make some room, And I tell her, okay, let's sell this one. No, this one. No.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, what do you want to sell? Like tell me, what's okay for you to sell. And I can't get nothing. You see?
Nothing.
I do got 3. My bad. I do got 3.
I have to buy another house. Keep statues.
And then if he gets really serious about selling it, she'll break it so that he can't sell it.
Oh, you know this. Yeah. You know what? Now you mention it. There's another one that I was gonna sell that happily it broke too. I was gonna sell a little Colossus comic cat. It broke. The head broke. I don't know.
That was your fault. That comic cat, you chopped the head, not me. You see how you're bringing shit from the head into that? You dropped it, you knocked it, and you hit the head. Look how he's blaming me.
That's a very different situation for you two, because I have even noticed that like each of you have your own tastes. Even though you guys are together and your collection is together, there's very specific things Barbara finds important and Ohami finds important. Yeah. So something she might want to sell, he's like, no, that's not happening. So it's like, there's certain times where like they cross and it's like, nope.
Nope.
So that's even worse. So that's even worse.
Yeah. And that's a very different situation.
And you know what's the worst part of it? Look, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay? He wants to sell all the shit I like.
And I'm gonna be honest. Let me be honest real quick. And then,
you're always honest.
No, I just want to say this real quick, and I'll let you say whatever you got to say. Okay. Listen, if I were to sell all these statues, the most fucked up part of my life now, and it's depressing. I know I'll have to sell every single one of these statues eventually, maybe one day, and I'll still have to stay with the fucking clown. Like,
Pennywise.
There is no escape.
Every fucking statue, the fucking clown.
Yeah, clown. But actually, I mean, the fact that you guys collect together is super cool. Like, I don't think I have seen much of that at all. Like, I don't know. Atim's wife is never down there.
No.
Like, Jerry's wife is seeing how she's going to kill him. And Thor,
she could care less.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't give.
I was upstairs.
So it's super cool, like the fact that you guys can share like this hobby together, this community and everything, because it's not easy, like at all, like to have a partner like that.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Tim?
I was upstairs when you guys started, and I turned it on the TV, and when I saw all of you guys on, my wife saw, she was like, you want to go? I'm like, yeah.
Oh.
She's like, all right, go. And I'm going to watch up here. And I went, really?
Oh, so she's watching.
She sent me a text message and she was like, hi. And I was like, yeah, hi. And then she's like, hey, what's the HBO password? And I'm like, oh, she's done. That was it. 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, this is enough for me.
That was it.
So she got off already.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so what you guys have is quite rare. Like, it's super cool.
I think it was mainly because
but I think I think that's cool. But I think a lot of our wives too are, even though some of them might not be so into it, they're still supportive.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I will say this. One time I did show her the XM Dark Phoenix. She said, if I had to have one, she said, that's the one. I said, nice. Oh, really?
She's got good taste.
Yeah. She liked that one. You know what was funny? Because she didn't know you could switch the heads. And one of them was like the nice look. She liked the evil head and everything. And she's like, what the hell is that? I was like, what are you talking about? She said, what happened to her head? I was like, you can switch the head. And I go back. She said, oh, yeah. I can't have that bullshit. I need evil. I said, oh, okay.
No, I think maybe because I grew up watching the X-Men cartoons. And me and Ohami met when we were 15. So I remember we would sit down in my mom's couch and we would watch TV and sometimes we would catch like cartoons and stuff. And I told him I liked watching X-Men. He told me he had comics, all X-Men comics. So he was into the X-Men thing. And
sorry, I'm laughing because I imagine like Ohami at 15 and going like, I have comics.
You want me to show you a picture of 15? You laugh.
I have comics in my house. You want to check them out? Like,
I had a mouthful of gold teeth. Super skinny, super skinny.
So he was into X-Men, and then he showed me all his toys in his house. He had a box full of Marvel Legend toys. And then, so that's how we got into it. Like, I went to his house. He had all his comic books, all his stuff, everything, with the X-Men stuff. I was into X-Men because I watched the cartoons. And then we ended up having our oldest, like around 18. And what we would do was that, we were practically kids with a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kids. So what we would do was on the weekends after payday, but we were always like very responsible. After we would get paid on Fridays, on Saturday, our thing was go to Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Or go anywhere that had anything with toys.
And let me explain something to you. It's much like cooler, right, to go to Toys R Us and go like to like the Marvel, like the Marvel Legend sign with a kid, and just not you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'm going. I'm picking fun off of my son. It's not for me. It's for my son.
So we would go to the toy store, and then we would always let him pick out one toy, to buy or whatever, something small. And we would also go to the mall, and we went to the mall one time, and we found the Bowen Colossus, the mini Chrome Colossus. And that's his favorite character, so he bought it. And then after that, he went crazy, and he was like, who made this shit?
Yeah, because you gotta remember, this was before Facebook, or this was
before social media.
Yeah, this was in 2000, but I think we had eBay already, or eBay came a couple years like after that. Like a year, I think we already had eBay back then.
Yeah, I had it, and like, man, when my son broke it, I almost had a heart attack, bro. I was like, oh.
Yeah, he broke it.
Yeah.
And by then, like when he was little, ever since they were little, we had always like a cabin or something full of all these Bowen, Diamond Select, Hard Hero.
But see, that's crazy. Like you guys were 15, and you made a big connection through the X-Men and comics and stuff like that. So that's cool. Yeah, that's something that you share when you were younger, and now you can have everything that all you have.
It's cool to be nerdy. Oh,
sorry, Greg, I couldn't see you with the camera.
It's all right.
It's cool to be nerdy with like your partner, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're nerdy with.
It's like I cannot, like, I was like, my wife is super supportive of everything, as you know. Like, she even paints statues that I do, as Story knows. And like when I was watching, I made them watch WandaVision. And same as everybody else in the freaking world, when like Pietro appeared, my mind got blown. Like, what does this mean? Like, what's going on? Multiverse? Where are we going? Like, this is a different universe. I was like nerding out like crazy. Wow. And she was looking at me like, you are insane. Like, what the fuck are you talking about all the time? So she's super supportive, but she doesn't get any of this, or she doesn't get excited about any of the Marvel stuff that is going on, the X-Men stuff, or everything like that. So the fact that you are partner, you can share that excitement. It's super cool, because I have to pretend that I'm excited about her, like interested, and she has to pretend that she's excited about mine.
We have somebody in the chat.
That's a friend of mine.
Oh, that's a friend of yours. Okay. I noticed a few new names, and I said, I have no idea where they came from.
Okay. That's a nice question. That question is for you.
So he said, hello, I have a question. How does it feel as collectors being in contact, having a pleasant conversation with the creator of the art? Well, for me, I think it's amazing being able to speak to, the actual creator of these statues and art in general, because you collect these things in your house. And for instance, like, when we first started collecting, all we knew about the statue was, this is Colossus, this is Phoenix, this is Cyclops. But when you start getting in depth to in depth with these statues, and you start making these other connections. You said, well, this is done by Franco. Franco is the digital sculptor, the sculptor, whatever, you start learning more. It doesn't just become a piece made by Sideshow or a piece made by XM or a piece made by whatever, you start making a connection beyond that, and you start meeting people and like the real person who created this piece of art,
Yeah, I think it's like meeting like Jim Lee, like having like this type of
it's like
Lee, or even like a Tim. I'm sure like a Tim, I know a Tim's one of favorite Tim's pieces is that gray one and all the way to the left. So I know like for him to like have that connection with the creator, it's like, well, it's like.
No, I mean,
it's amazing, isn't it?
Whether you're Jim Lee, whether you're whoever, you're still a creator. So, it's like, you come to my house, I can tell you more or less, what, who sculpted all my statues. I don't know all of them, but I do pretty much know, especially for my favorite sculptors, I know which ones were sculpted by that person. So it's a nice connection. You get to meet new people. And it's always awesome. Like, imagine you wanted to meet Jim Lee. I mean, he's high up there. We can't meet him, But maybe we've made this connection with Franco, and with Franco, he will someday be up there too with his talent. So it's nice to have been able to meet him and be able to.
You saw that guy doing all that CGI.
Yeah, you saw that guy doing that.
I saw that dude once.
Yeah, so for me, I don't even believe it sometimes. Like, I can't even, I genuinely, I almost wish Franco would disappear right now just so he doesn't have to see me talk about it.
I can go.
So I remember the first time I saw a Franco piece, it was Nightcrawler. And I was like, whoa, fucking awesome. But that's gut reaction, right? That's collector gut reaction. Cool piece. Whoa, stained glass. That's Nightcrawler. At the time, no Nightcrawlers existed. It was I needed Nightcrawler. I was blown away by it. Then I saw another piece Franco did, and I was like, who did this? Same guy who did Nightcrawler? Who the fuck is this guy? I need to know who he is, because that's twice that he stopped me in my tracks on my feed, which normally it doesn't happen. I scroll through my feed, and I just go, all right, cool statue, cool statue, cool statue. I was like, whoa, hold on. Screenshotting it, saving it, blowing it up, and like looking at all the details. And then the third time, it was Franco's Weapon X. And I remember at that point, I knew who the guy was. So I messaged him and I said, I have questions. And he was like, I have answers. This is not Franco, by the way. This is another person. And I said, are there the skin discs for where the claw cuts the arm off? Because he has 3 claws, there would be 2 skin discs. And he sent me a picture like that, instant. And I went, who the fuck is the guy who sculpted this? Franco sculpted this? And then that was it for me. Like, the fact that he had the mind to capture those details that are important to me, like my sensibility of what makes a great statue. And then it turned into like this crazy admiration for his technical ability, because I have like the second layer is like the anatomy stuff, the proportion stuff. And Franco, often when I see his work, I'll instantly try to not like it, because I don't want to just like it because I like Franco and like all that, so I'll look at it and try to rip it apart. And I always end up going, man, he fucking did it right. Like, it's not wrong.
It's like,
does that make sense?
And then I think sometimes
it totally makes sense.
I think sometimes when you even get the piece, and you like it because certain things about it, and it's like done by the person, that you kind of dig what he does, and then when you get it, you start noticing like all this shit he did, like like he did like a Weapon X that's running, and he did like ripples on the back of the
on the foot,
on the back of the
foot, yeah.
People see that shit, But I was like, what? I was fucking impressed with that shit. I was like, yo,
it's not just a flat, smooth foot. Just like a foot. You actually have the ripples on the bottom of the foot.
Yeah, because you run, like you curve your foot, like your toes, So
Yeah.
when you curve your toes, you know, the ripples in the bottom of your foot. You get what I'm saying?
you have the little.
So you're like, yo, like this dude paid attention to detail, like
Yeah, because it's not even. I think the further you get into it, right? Once you learn the technical ability of ZBrush, this is like my opinion about what I think we're looking at when we see a sculptor. You're seeing the intellect of the artist. You're not really seeing their technical talent, because anybody can take a pen and draw it across a thing. You're seeing the intellect of the person who can dissect it down to, like, when you move a finger, this part moves and this part moves. That's like a high level of intelligence and understanding of, like, the physical body and being able to translate that through the technique, you know? Then the second part of all this, obviously the admiration of the art. But then I got lucky enough that Franco came to New York. I was able to meet him. And the whole time I was hanging out with him, I couldn't believe that this dude was just like me. Like a normal dude, just wanted to talk about statues.
Yeah, that's what I
there was
say.
no ego about it, you know, and even still to this day, like if we get on a call together, I can't even believe that I have received like a little respect from somebody I admire so much. It almost doesn't feel like a real existence. Like I still pinch myself. Like I can't believe that he'll take his time to talk to me.
I'll pinch you.
Get out of here.
I paid Franco extra so that he disrespects me.
all my statues are by Franco.
All of them?
It's so weird to be like here. I love it. Obviously, I feel blessed. It's so weird to be hearing all this because I never in a million years imagined that I would have like people admiring like the stuff that I do. So I'm blushing.
I mean, you're a very talented person. I mean, it goes with like everything. Like, you know, my son plays the guitar and the piano, and when he plays the guitar, right, he doesn't like for me to record him. He doesn't like for me to show him off, but he's got talent. I don't have that talent, so when I see him play, it's like, wow, like I'm mind blown, you know? So you admire the person. So like, you know, sculpting, I have not a single artistic bone in me when it comes to drawing or anything like that. So, but I love it. I love art. So when I see somebody or meet somebody that that does these type of things, you know, you have a certain admiration because it's something that, you know, not everybody can do. It's not, hey, yeah, I'll learn. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can learn how to do it, but I'm the type of person I draw stick figures. That's about it. But it's cool.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, and there's a ton of sculptors that if you talk to them, they'll answer you back, and they're very polite and they're very pleasant. I still feel super lucky that I've been able to have a friendship with somebody who I admire so much. That's awesome. But yeah, that's the answer to that guy's question. It's fucking awesome. I can't even believe it.
I feel like they're talking about somebody else. That's the weird thing. Like, we're talking about this other sculptor guy that.
Well, I remember when Rodney and I first started doing live unboxings, and he got Franco's Punisher, and
I remember that.
And it was funny because like then he came in the chat. I was like, Rodney. I was like, who did you say sculpted this shit? He was like, Frank. I said, bro, he's in the chat. He was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, yeah. And it was great piece. It just I think they fucked the paint up a little bit. But then, you know, I was watching Red Titan and the Weapon X Wolverine, like with all the ninjas and shit all cut the fuck out. I was like, dude, that shit. Like to this day, that's still my favorite. I mean, I love the samurai and everything. That's my favorite Wolverine statue.
The X-Force one.
The X-Force one.
And then we were mind blown when he said that he watches DCX every night.
And that's what I was getting to next. And I'm like, and then him and Ark are like going back and forth in the chat. And I'm like, dude, this is the motherfucker that sculpted this shit. Talking about banging each other in the fucking chat. You know what I mean? And
that's super cool.
It's hard to process. It's like, dude, this is the dude I be hanging with but he's making this fucking shit like, you know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's like Tim said, it's like, dude, he's just like me. You know, we go out, we lunch out, and that's it. He want to come eat my ribs and shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Of course.
Like, you know, it's crazy. So man.
It's amazing, you know, like from the perspective of somebody from like who admires, you always often assume that the person you admire has this ego and this persona that they put forward that isn't their genuine persona, you know. And then when you find out that that persona is equal to their genuine persona, it's what the fuck? That's crazy.
No, but even in some cases, there's people that do have that ego, and you want to speak to that person. You know, doesn't mean you're gonna be a psycho or anything like that. But sometimes you just want to talk to that person, or maybe ask them questions, or you know, just have that interaction. And there's some people that do not want to have that interaction. They're like, they just completely shut everybody out.
Yeah, but even like before, because we're looking at some certain pictures before you hopped on with him. And there's like a creepy one that he has that I kind of dig. It has the baby in in the stomach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was like explaining, about the baby, like what was the concept, I'm like, oh shit, that shit, that shit makes fucking, that's some creative ass thinking, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that shit, like I dig that, So if you don't talk to the person and stuff, you don't really get to understand that,
That thing is sick.
No,
it's crazy.
Can we move on and say hi to Arch? There is too much like sweetness. I
guess you can say hi to Justin. Hey, Justin.
No, but I don't want. I super appreciate everything that you guys are saying, and of course I was always watching. Like the reaction from you guys is something that I look forward to. It's because it's amazing to me that somebody over there is, I feeling happy about getting something that I created, like I work on. So it's not only me, it was, as we talked before, it's a long teamwork. But to me, the biggest satisfaction is like watching you guys appreciate every little detail that, we put into that, like the wrinkles on the foot. And even though there's a lot of mistakes at team, because I'm still like pushing and learning my anatomy, and I'm not going to tell you which ones they are, because you have to discover the mistakes by yourself. But I see them all the time. Like every time I see one of my statues, I cannot help but see the mistakes that I made. That I want to improve for the next one.
But that's how you
That's
grow.
how you go, exactly. Like with the pictures at the beginning.
If you create something and even with me, like with photography, sometimes I feel like I screw up and I'm like, okay, well, the skin tones are too yellow, or the saturations are not right, or something. If you don't see your own mistakes, you don't grow. You're never gonna change. So that's a very good thing. We're only human, so we're gonna make mistakes, but we have to be able to see those mistakes to keep moving forward and make it better. And that's good. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
No, yeah, I know, but it's a bad thing when you see all the mistakes. That is something that happens to me a lot.
No, but there's people that don't see them and they just
exactly. That's why I keep quiet.
Yeah.
Greg, are you sleeping on an XM box?
What is Big D?
Greg.
What's up?
Quiet,
baby.
I'm a little tired. I just wanted to hop on with you guys, But
so I'll say you guys keep saying that you talk to Franco and he's just like you. He's one of you guys, and y'all love it and stuff. When I talk to Franco, I know right away he's not like me. Just from the interaction. So I came on just to ask Franco the question that everybody wants to know but is afraid to ask. So Franco, just tell me when to stop. We all want to know. What's not there?
Wait, come on. That's enough. Don't be. Yeah, that's enough.
He's never going to tell.
A little bit of humility still. Well, I mean, in the interaction with him, it was like, oh man, this guy makes me laugh so hard. Like I was watching all the comments, listening to the chat, and watching the comments, and I was like paying a lot of attention of his to his comments. And I remember at the beginning, you didn't want to show your face for a long time. We were all expecting to see your freaking face.
I can see why.
For the longest. There you go.
But I remember it was one night they just kept going and going
still up
and going,
a little bit.
bro.
I remember well, ever since I
they just kept going, bro. It was like
I constantly get messaged what shampoo and conditioner I use. It's exhausting. I should have stayed in the shadows.
Oh my.
Yeah, but even Ark has like a bubbly personality, you know. It's funny how everybody has their own little personalities, you know, and everybody like clicks, you know. It's like everybody gets along and you know, I guess everybody comes together because of the same their same interests, you know.
And you know, it's funny you say that because everybody has had a piece that put together that made our repertoire what it is now. Like if you know, everybody makes it a whole. Right, exactly. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like a Tim, you know, has his thing,
quirks,
you know, yeah, and then Ark, and then Jerry, and then you, and then me, and then everybody, you know. So and then everybody, you know,
big dick shelves.
You guys make that hole. You guys make that hole, and then I come in and I gotta.
You fill it.
That's what I bring. I try to keep it a family-friendly show. When y'all go past that line, I gotta reel it back in.
It feels like a united, like cool community, you know, no bickering, you know.
Yeah.
That's definitely what got me drawn into the group. Like, you know, at the beginning, it was like the Red Titan guys, and actually at the beginning it was Victor and
Lou.
And Lou. That sadly they had passed. And dude, I was like really sad the day I found out about Lou. It hit me like it was hard. It was shitty. But yeah, at the beginning it was all those guys, and then you guys, you know, with DCX, you decided to start your own little thing, and it became like a family. Like you really, you know, are waiting for the Friday to catch up and see what everybody's doing. And I that's a big part for me, like being able to be a part of the community and not be all by myself here doing sculpts and that's it. Like I have no interaction, no connection with you. The connection part is really important for me, and it's a big thanks to all of you for that.
Yeah, this is supposed to be
I couldn't be doing.
This is supposed to be like an extended type of family. It's a hobby. You're supposed to enjoy this, you know. Like it's like you go through stress all during the week, you know, working and stuff. Your hobby shouldn't be part of your stress, you know. It should be the thing that gives you enjoyment, not you know, not give you that.
And we're not all perfect either. I mean, it's not like we're all sitting here
and we all don't agree, and we're all going to agree.
And there are times that because we have our private chats that we talk and we disagree.
I know.
Continuously about statues and. You know, like makers, like XM or Sideshow or whatever. But you know, we're friends. We're not gonna like ruin a friendship over something so stupid as like different. You know, we have different tastes or different views or whatever. You know,
I mean, this really gets into you guys remember a couple of weeks back we were having a talk about like criteria and all that.
And about bust, arch bust.
What was that?
And about like arch. He was talking about the bust, and they have too many details.
No, it's like criteria for each individual person is different. You know, like the criteria of what's important to you as far as like, are you collecting piece by piece? Are you collecting a line? Are you collecting a scale? Are you collecting a style, an era? You know, all these things come into play. You know, and when you get to know people more, you can kind of understand why they like certain things, why they don't like certain things, you know, what ignites them, what is the driving force. So those are like really important things to touch on, I think. And then that, you know, what we're saying is each person makes the watch move, like each person is part of the watch. It's because each of us perform a different thing or have a different desire for why we're doing this, what we're interested in, what we're looking for. you know, and it's not so much I'm right, you're wrong. This guy, you know, it could not matter to you if the kneecap is in the right place. You know, like you could be like, I don't care if there's a kneecap there or not. All right, cool.
Yeah, we actually like, you know, roast each other on shit. Like,
yes,
you know, like it's hilarious because we actually like disagree on statues. Like, let's say we pick like the XM Gambit and the Sideshow Gambit. I'll tell it to him, well, you know, the knee pads on him are backwards, and then Tim will come back and say, well, he's got little X's as buttons on his coat.
Yes.
You know.
But it's like, you know, it's all about what's important to you and kind of knowing that, like, you know, just because it's important to you doesn't mean it's right or you're right or you're wrong. Yeah. It's, you know, none of it matters. You know, all that matters is getting to know your friends and like
the fact that you are able to roast each other is because you like each other and your friends.
Yes.
You're not going to be roasting somebody that you don't like.
Like, I'm never going to live down the collarbone.
See, we roast Greg all the time because of his boxes.
Oh, look at
But we love Greg.
Look at that big boxy.
Franco, I just want to let you know none of your statues are in boxes.
I appreciate it. I know it means a lot.
I would also like to say that I probably have, well, I already said it. I think I have probably a good 15 to 20 of your statues, I would say.
That's insane. Yeah, that's a lot.
You know, I've never seen I've never seen you display 20 statues though.
You're a fucking piece of shit and a liar.
See, this is the funny thing. This is all day long.
But it's fun though, man. Listen, if you can have fun with your friends, then you know what's the point of having friends? And what's the
the latest I have coming, which is shipping, is the Beast for Sentinel, which I love. Well, I have the whole line that you with that, but yeah, Beast for Sentinel, and then we're still waiting on Colossus. You did Colossus too, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all right.
I cannot.
Okay, I understand. Understood. I was confused.
You're confused.
I was confused.
Yeah. I am mattress. Sleep on a mattress instead of a box, man. That'll help out.
It gives them good support. Franco, what do you do to take a break from sculpting?
If I'm ever going to take a break from sculpting?
Well, I mean, like, what do you do?
When you're, you know, you've sculpted something and you keep messing with it. It can't get to that perfection that you're wanting. So you just gotta kind of throw your hands up and walk away. What is your relief?
Kind of like when writers get writer's block.
What is my relief? Yeah, there we go, PJ.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Well, actually, I like movies a lot, and like I try to every time I'm not here, I'm spending time with my wife and my daughter, and I like to watch movies a lot. Actually, yeah, that's what I enjoy the most. Like when you unwire completely and you get immersed in a story, you know, and you have fun and you relax and you don't have to think about economy, work, or anything.
Yeah, it kind of
for 2 hours.
It kind of takes your mind like to a different place.
Yeah,
like it's like your mind goes blank and it's just like on the story of the you know, because our minds are always they're always working, you know. So when you're watching a movie with a good story or whatever, it's just like your mind is shut off and it's just on the story and it's not thinking about economy, about work, about this or that. So it's like a relax, you know, like unwind.
I love cinema. Actually, I mean, I will go to the cinema a lot because it's a different experience. Like you go out, you watch a movie, then usually you have dinner or you eat something out, you know, and that's a fun like going out experience for me.
You hearing, Jerry?
For the past 2 years, but
it's called the TV.
You know, and funny thing, other thing that I do for relaxing myself, actually, it's like sculpting personal stuff. Things that are not for clients, you know, that my personal things that I like. Mm-hmm. That actually helps a lot, like to unwind as well. Like because when you're working on some known character, you have to nail it. You know, you have to represent something, and people are going to judge it. When you're working on your personal stuff, it's like nobody's going to judge it because it's my own creation. So you're going to like it or not, but that's up to you. Like if I like it, I'm happy.
You're happy, yeah.
Yeah.
And frankly, I couldn't help but notice that last personal piece you did. I mean, it was sculpted after me, right? It had to have been. You had all my features just right. You nailed it.
I need to remember which one was the last one.
Especially
The personal one. Which one was the last one?
I think he's talking about Thor.
The mother feeding the babies, right? The
Oh,
you know, Jerry, I'm thinking the same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. That one, yeah. I got you post like crazy, right? I mean,
oh, look at Ryan with the cheap shots from the chat.
No, you cannot. Yeah, Ryan cannot. Come on, or he's in or he's out. He cannot chat. Come on.
He's in the chat.
I've got a question about the approval process.
The non-sinister collector.
Oh.
What's that, my friend?
About the approval process when you're working with, do you typically work with one person, or so is there like one person that you go back and forth with, or do you have to, for example, the PCS Pumpkinhead? Did you know you're dealing with probably Pumpkinhead's art director or the owner?
No.
Do you deal with Stan Winston's people too?
No, luckily no, I don't. I'm thinking probably the art director, yes, but when you're working, you're usually dealing only with an art director. That he is the one dealing with the licensors, so he is like doing all the analyzing the information, the feedback that he gets back, and he's going to be the one that is going to translate it to me. Like, if not, it will be like too much. Like,
So how much does that add to sculpting time? The back and forth part of it. Does that take
usually
more than
that's a lot.
sculpting?
Like the fact that that's the why sculpting licensed pieces takes a long time. Like, usually adds a lot of more time to do the licensed pieces. Like the Thor took like forever, and that's why because we were waiting for a long time from feedback, from Disney.
Yeah.
And the Pumpkinhead, luckily, no, it wasn't a long time. It was it's a good team, so it was quick, back and forward. Usually, at most maybe 2 or 3 days of waiting for a feedback.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Franco, you mentioned Disney. What's up, everybody?
Hi,
everyone.
What's up, BJ?
So
Ariel is my favorite character. No, no RP hair there, man.
Oh man, come on. Actually, no, that's good. I don't like that. Hey, Franco, what do you call this? You talk about like working with a licensor, and I know you said you worked with Disney, right? I heard that there is certain licensor for different franchises. Like for Marvel, there's a licensor that you work with, and depending on who you work with, then that goes. They're pretty strict or not strict, right? Because I know with Star Wars, they're depending. The licensor for that, the rep or whoever is like super strict with whatever is being put out. So is that the same with like Marvel? Are they super strict, or are they like, okay, that's pretty good? Or they're nice, they're friendly, or are you not allowed to say or talk about it?
If I wouldn't be allowed to say it, but actually I don't have like contact with any of the licensors. Oh, there you go. Come on, they're not sinister. So the thing is that usually the one that is handling all that is the art director, and they take the message down to me. I am the bottom of the barrel. Like you can say, like everything is from here up. For what I know, it's you want to say something?
Can I just say my family feels complete now?
Ryan,
guys here.
Ryan, how are you gonna take shots at me at the chat? I can't read, man. What's wrong? You're like, come on live and take the shots at me, man. What's wrong with you, bro?
I was on the John and I was like, yo, right when you said that, and I was like, yo, this is so good.
I was
gonna come in anyway. I just had to
PJ, for what I know, you got like different departments handling different licenses, obviously, and inside the let's say Marvel, you have different departments handling game style licenses, for characters that are based on games or comics, stuff like that.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get up, cook a rib roast for my mother for Mother's Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
It takes like
right.
4
Have a
hours.
good night, Thor.
Mother's Day to Mama
Happy-
Peterson.
Yeah, I was gonna
Happy
say,
Mother's Day.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take her.
take
I'm
care,
gonna take her grandson Job of the Mud over there too.
yeah. Happy Mother's Day to Mama Vader, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure, man.
it's me. All right, y'all. All right, Franco. Everybody, peace out, y'all.
Hey, take care,
Bye,
bro.
Thor.
Later.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, Franco, like I seriously like the last the piece that was on SciShow's website, dude. The mom. Oh my goodness, dude. I seriously like I like it's a beautiful freaking piece. But it's just I'm not into like like the maggots and stuff. I was like
disgusting. It's disgusting.
I was just
disgusting.
Yeah, well, I said it like in Franco's post. I was like, "Congrats, it's disgusting," but I didn't want you to think like it was disgusting.
No, don't worry. I don't think about it. Yeah,
That's the best compliment you can get.
I was just like, "Oh my gosh, your mind is like." I was just like, "I can't." I was just like, "Oh my gosh," I felt like the things crawling. But see, that's a good piece, though, right? Does like when when it makes you feel?
I'm super happy. Like it is going to be produced, so I'm super happy about that.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's Figurama.
Connecticut's.
That's Connecticut's. The Figurama one is the Blame statue.
Yeah, I did Blame.
Yeah. So what was that process like? Is anime easier too?
No, I think anime is harder. I forgot about that one.
Because it's got to be exact, right? And it's got to be a 3D representation of a 2D object.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say comics are similar to that, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that, for example, the comic book characters, they have like more humanoid, even though it's exaggerated. You have the more human, like anatomy. The anime ones don't. Like, what is that face? What is those huge eyes and everything?
And it's so simplistic, right? It's so simplistic that you notice the flaws easier, right?
Yeah, and everything has to be smooth. And
like the big ass eyes and shit,
Exactly.
Like I look at like 90% of the Vegeta statues or any of the statues of my favorite anime characters. You can look at them right away and be like, nah, it's not there for me,
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's so like design style is so precise that if you have the eyes too spread apart, it's not going to look like a character. Like you can tell right away. So that is kind of hard. And usually the figuramas are like full with stuff. I mean, if you see the statue, it has a lot of stuff going on. And I'm working on something else for them right now.
Oh, nice.
Wait, what's the first Connecticut's piece you did for them?
For Connecticut, they actually picked me to produce one of my stuff.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, your stuff. I remember that. Okay, I thought it was something different. Gotcha.
That's for
I'm not that far out.
It's because I'm all over the place. There goes the viewers, right? Yeah, but it was. I mean, with that was also it was fun. I mean, it's a lot of work, obviously, but it was the same with the other stuff. Like you deal with the art director a lot, and sometimes the boss chimes in, but usually you're dealing with the art director that is helping you through the process.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's a really important relationship.
Yeah. Sorry, a team or
who do I step on?
Who do I
step on?
Answer a Tim. Always answer a Tim before me.
No, I just said that's an important relationship.
Super.
The art director and the artist. If there isn't a chemistry there and an understanding of one another, it could get lost.
Yeah. Well, that's a really big important part. Like you have to learn to know who you're working for, because it's not the same when you're working for this art director and when you're working for this other art director, because some will like draw over like your statue, for example, like what exactly they want, and some would just like draw a few arrows and say change this or just that and send you a picture and do it more like this, and it's a little bit through your interpretation.
Yeah. I mean, which one do you prefer? Do you want someone that's like hands-on, or just like more like someone that's like, okay, tells you what to do kind of thing, or just helps you?
Which one of those do you prefer there, hot man?
Hands-on or do whatever. No, well, it depends on the project because sometimes I don't know, you get a character that you already have something that you want to represent with the character, and those you like to go a little bit free. But if there's a character that you might not be so involved with or know that much, you know it's better if the art directors it's directing you. You can say because you trust in his how do you say criterium. I don't know how to say criterium. That's
criteria or critique.
No, not critique. Criterium. Like what he's thinking, like his taste and stuff like that. You trust in that.
Gotcha.
So it depends on the project, actually.
Yeah. By the way, that alien that's I know you posted that, but right?
Oh yeah, I did something for Alien Day.
Dude,
well,
that
is always been an inspiration.
Dude, I'm a big, huge Alien fan, and dude, you nailed it. Like this is like LV-426, like xenomorph alien warrior. Like, dude, we need you to make more of those, man. Like that's just like it's just super sick. It's the best one I've ever seen, in my opinion.
I think you need to make more Wolverines.
Oh my god. The world doesn't need more Wolverines.
No, Greg, keep talking. You're right. You've never been more right in your life.
Greg, I like the way you're laying down over there.
You like that?
Yeah.
What's the I feel like I already know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Like what is your preference to sculpt? Because you do male bodies, female bodies, monsters, creatures. Do you like freeform? You could just like I see your live streams all the time. Is that the most enjoyable for you, or do you kind of enjoy the structure of like you have to create this thing and kind of the challenge of that?
Well, the question would be if I am more in what style I'm more interested in.
Yes.
Like in the superhero stuff or the thing is that I kind of like a lot of different styles, so I don't encapsulate box myself into just doing one thing. So that's why I really enjoy like working superheroes, but doing female and male characters. That's why I took jobs for like Figuramas, doing some anime. You know, that is something that I don't usually do. So it was fun and interesting to do something different. So actually, I don't have like a favorite. Like I really enjoy a lot doing the creators because for some weird reason that's how I express myself in a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like I am only drawn to that. Like I really like cartoony characters as well. It's a lot of fun to see the cool design ones. And actually, I'm starting to do a project for a personal project with my wife about something a little bit more cute, you can say, in the line. And so yeah, I don't really have a preference in the sense.
As long as you're sculpting, you're happy.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Do you find male or female in terms of sculpting any of them harder?
Yeah, what?
Like, do you think do you have a preference of like a male or female sculpt? Do you rather sculpt males or females, or is one harder than the other for you, or not much of a difference?
Yeah, I mean both are hard in each different ways because like female you got everything smoother, and you have to get that balance between sexy but not too much, don't go the other way. It is complicated.
Yeah, it's like a fine line, right?
It's a fine, yeah.
Hey, since you've done, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. It was like the other one. The guys is fun to do them like the comic style, that you worry about the anatomy, but you got to go further. You got to exaggerate everything because if you do a superhero with the actual like size of the hands in a color scale, they're going to look tiny, like super tiny. So you have to exaggerate a lot of stuff, and that's fun as well.
So, given that you've done anime and superheroes at this point, do you find you have more creative license with maybe not? Let's see. Should I say creative license? Yeah, let's say creative license in the concept with anime versus superheroes in any sense? Just because, like,
no,
I know a lot of anime fans myself. We love the scenes right out of the anime. Yeah, and I would think comic characters are kind of similar to that in some way too. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was going to answer the question. Yeah, no, the anime has to be like spot on to the concept idea that they sent me, like crazy.
But like even the
Like-
concept, like even like the pose and stuff. Like, does it have to be like right out of the anime?
Well, yeah, but that is not up to me. Like they come with me with the concept already.
So Franco,
okay.
you say which is worse? Is it worse to actually have to sculpt anime or to watch anime to know what you're sculpting?
Well, I'm actually not a big anime fan. I mean, there are quite a few that I really like, and my daughter.
There can only be so many of us who have that elevated taste.
No, but my
right?
dude, anime has taken the world. Like at least here in Spain, like it's crazy, man.
None of us have ever heard of it in the United States.
No, I can tell.
Kids
Can
watch
you
my
even see outside with all those boxes in your room, Drake? Jesus.
No,
It's a little tight.
my
I'm also not wearing pants right now, so brace yourselves.
Oh
see
my
hands
goodness!
If the camera
Not very
starts moving, shaking,
No,
I'm out
my-
here.
Hand down a little bit there.
My kids watch the shit out of anime. I pay for Crunchyroll. They watch it on Netflix. They watch every single anime cartoon out there. It's crazy.
Dude, my daughter as well. I mean, and yesterday, and she watched a lot of anime. I kind of
She's
get
very cultured.
and she has to see them in Japanese as well. So
Oh my god,
she can
yes.
see everything.
I'm like,
That's
why?
it. Okay.
I'm watching
Why?
this.
Because
doing that?
that's what she likes. But the
You're
thing
saying
is
why?
that yesterday,
We all know
Yeah,
why
because
Ohami
it's-
doesn't like
yeah.
that. So
subs versus dubs.
set yourself up for that one, Jacob.
But yesterday, I saw whole Invincible. I don't know if you see Invincible.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Super cool, right?
I love it.
Oh, okay, I love
love
it.
it.
It's super cool. And in the first episode, I'm not going to spoil it. There is something major that happens. And I wanted her to see the show with me. I already saw it, but I was like, okay, this is cool. I want her to see it. And she was like, unfazed by anything that happened on that show. And I think that's because anime is like crazier than anything that we are used to
Watching,
Yeah. Actually, my son is into anime, so I'm not into anime. But they wanted to go watch Demon Slayer in the movie theaters, right? So, I took them, and I had to sit through the movie. And surprisingly, I actually liked Demon Slayer. I didn't know what was going on, but I just really liked the animated style of it. And on top of that, my son's introducing me to a whole world of like anime stuff, and it's just like, the anime like world is like huge, and like there's so many people that are crazy about it. Like Ryan.
it's insane. No, but I agree. I mean, I know that I'm going to lose some points with Ohami right now, but I kind of like anime as well because it has a lot of like interesting stories and concepts and ideas that they go after. It's not like
No, we started watching one anime. It was the Attack on Titans, and you're gonna like it. We just never finished watching.
Yeah,
it.
it's never finished.
Well, one that I really like that is for me super funny.
The words
is
got
One
too
Punch
big for
Man.
him.
What?
Have you seen One Punch Man?
Oh, One Punch Man. Yeah, that's funny.
I love
Punch
One
Man.
Punch
My
Man.
son
awesome.
loves it.
It's insane. I
My
love.
What
My
the?
son loves it.
What?
My favorite animes are the ones on Pornhub.
Oh my god.
There you go. That's the Greg I know.
Yeah, One Punch Man. Actually, there's a guy that.
So
that
Frank,
did-
I want to know.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead, PJ.
Oh no, I was gonna say real quick is that like there's a guy that actually did the One Punch Man exercise, and he looked like One Punch Man after a while. I mean, obviously he didn't have like super strength, but he
Come on.
yeah. I was just like, wow, okay. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Mark.
Well, I was going to ask, since I didn't know you were a sculptor until tonight, because I haven't seen really any of your work or anything. I want to go back to these movies here. I want to know, what is that one movie every time it comes on, you can watch it? And it could possibly be a very cheesy movie. Like my
That's a lot.
cheesy movie that I continue to watch every time it's on is The Last Witch Hunter.
Matrix.
It's awful, but I watch it.
That's awful. Like I
You
know
want
that
the
movie.
Vin Diesel movie?
Vin Diesel one. Yeah, that's Vin Diesel one. Yeah.
I didn't
that's-
even watch that shit.
That's
So
terrible.
I can't help it. I'm a sucker for Vin Diesel.
The last Vin Diesel movie I watched was the Bloodshot one, which was actually not. I didn't mind that one.
That was awful.
I didn't mind it. I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be really bad.
I'm curious. What's that movie for you?
I think it's Terminator 2.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, I cannot not watch that one if it's on. Like, I don't know why. Well, there's a lot actually. Like, I have that one. I have Back to the Future. Like, I love that movie as well. Like, Predator. Yeah. There's a lot actually. All of them are 80s
movies. Matrix, Kickboxer, Karate Kid. Oh my God, he watches the shit out of Karate Kid.
I know.
You too.
Yo, why you putting me out here like this, dog?
Karate Kid. Oh my God, he sees it all the time. Underworld. What else?
Underworld.
American Ninja.
Well, there's nothing wrong with seeing Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, in some nice clothes.
And I don't know why. Like I think my favorite Underworld is the one with the Lycans. You know, with where everything gets like flipped.
Lycans are in every fucking movie.
No, he's talking about the one that when they get the.
No, the one where the stories is
based on the Lycans. Yeah.
You know,
Rise of the Lycans, the prequel.
The one with Rona Mitra in it.
What do you say?
The one with Rona Mitra, the one that was like a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the third one.
That was cool.
But you have to know, Alhami's favorite book is Everybody Poops. So it's a lot of pictures, very few words.
That's important to remember. Like,
wow.
I guarantee you, Ark's internet is gonna go out in 2 minutes again.
Yeah, it probably is. I got too many kids. Everybody's on their phone.
Remember,
just move the RV, bro.
The one movie that I could watch.
Move it closer to McDonald's.
Wait, the one movie I could always watch. What was the one movie? Actually, there's two of them. They're both by Nicolas Cage.
Oh, the Con Air.
Con Air.
Con Air is a good one.
And the treasure one. What's it called?
National
Treasure.
Who watches that?
Yeah,
that's cheesy.
It's
National
cheesy.
Treasure's cheesy.
But I love that movie.
It's good. It's cheesy though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift and Dumb and Dumber.
Wait. The first Dumb and Dumber, I haven't watched it in like 15 years, but I remember that was super fun. Like, that was insane.
Yeah,
I could memorize. Yeah, I could like say every like.
Yeah, I think the second one was already like too like.
Yeah, the second one is too late, but the first one was like something different, and it was super fun for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that one. 3 of them.
They did
3.
They did one that was a prequel where it's them as before Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Awful.
Yeah.
Well, Jaws. That's a good one.
Rose says Jaws.
Jaws is amazing.
Yeah, Jaws is pretty good.
And knowing that he did that when he was around 20 years, it's insane for me. Like Spielberg did that.
Yeah, and it's just crazy because when you look at the behind the scenes on that thing, like the mechanical shark and stuff, I was just like, damn, that's pretty freaking dope, you know?
Jerry, what about you? You have anything that ain't black and white?
like Gone with the Wind?
It's Gone with the Wind. He remembers watching the theaters.
The Rifleman.
I remember I was
something with Charlie Chaplin in it.
I was blown away when Wizard of Oz turned into color halfway through the movie.
Are you serious?
No, that's yeah, I believe that. That must have been a nice moment.
Franco, that was like 1940. Come on, cut me a break.
Believe him.
Come on, man.
I was like,
and now it's in color.
Hey, don't worry. Greg has never heard of any of these movies.
I would just like to say Happy Mother's Day to Justin.
Hey, it's not mine, so it still doesn't count.
But there's a lot. I feel like the best movies are from the 80s. I don't know, like from the 80s.
I agree. I don't know why. Like I could always watch.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I agree. The best movies and best music, man. I don't
music
know
as well. Yeah.
I don't know the best. I don't think the best movies are from the 80s.
Music
Movies or
or
music?
You watch anime.
Music. There's good music. I mean, not my favorite music, but there's good music in the 80s.
I've watched Bloodsport like 10 times, 20 times already.
Kickboxer.
But that's your bad. That's your bad decision. I mean, it's not our fault.
No.
Wasn't there?
No, it was Bloodsport.
American Ninja.
We're talking about good movies. You mentioned fucking Bloodsport. Give me a break.
I liked it, man. I liked it when I was a kid, man. What can I say?
I know, but it's not good
You
movie.
like anime.
It's fun
You
to
like
watch.
anime. So what the
I
hell?
actually like watching that movie too.
Anime has a story. Blood.
It has a
Give me a break.
dude kicking another dude.
Well,
That's enough.
No, this is the one with the
Half
from
naked
what,
dude
84?
thinking, no, dude. No wonder you like it.
a fighting movie, but with the younger guy.
Right.
What was that? Is it American Ninja also?
Yes.
No.
Akira is from '84, right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Akira. Yeah.
Akira.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna talk
first anime,
80s,
so it's amazing.
if we're gonna talk 80s
These
movies,
days.
we got to go with They Live. You had Rowdy
They
Rudy
live.
Piper
Oh,
there.
dude.
We're talking about
Yeah.
80s, just any 80s movies
Bubblegum.
or some genre? Any
Any-
80s movies?
Any good 80s movie
Yeah.
that's got Kevin Bacon in it and dancing.
Top Gun was a good one.
I like Top Gun. He hates it. Every time I want to watch it, he's like, I don't want to watch that shit.
I like Top Gun. Yeah.
I don't mind Top Gun.
Okay.
I don't know.
Especially-
He hates it. He doesn't. He never wants to watch it. It's a
I'm
good
not
movie.
a Tom Cruise.
But it has nothing to do with Tom Cruise. It's just it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Forget about Tom Cruise. I don't care about
Yeah,
Tom Cruise either.
It moves whenever he watches it. That's what it makes him.
The new Mission Impossibles with
Cruise.
Cruise are good.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
are good.
What
Wait.
was the Tom Cruise where he drove the race car?
This one was my favorite
Oh,
one.
Days of Thunder.
Days of
Yeah,
Thunder.
Days of
That was
Thunder.
a-
I like Days of Thunder.
Anybody watch Batteries Not Included? I love
Oh
that.
yeah, it's a good
It's a
one
movie.
for
Yes.
sure.
Well, I think
Short circuit.
I think in terms of collecting and stuff,
Johnny.
in terms of like how we are now, I think Big represents like the whole like statue collecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like we're like, you know,
Kid again.
40. Yeah, we never want to grow old. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought
That was
Big
actually a good movie, man. Like I enjoyed that movie. Like,
Big was good.
Big.
Yeah, because he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, with Tom Cruise. That was I love
No,
that.
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Big
No, that was,
Big is Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay, Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
Oh, this is another movie you like, Willow.
I like
Willow is amazing. Yeah, it was super cool. With
Yeah, I like Willow.
I like the creatures there. But that's a question. Like, for example, how do you feel about like the next generation of collectors? I think because I don't know if there is going to be any like. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think they are going to collect anime stuff. Like, they're not going to be collecting.
Yeah, I
X-Men
think.
statues.
I mean, I don't know about your kids, guys, but for my kids, like they're gravitating towards anime. Like even my 10-year-old is like
That's what I'm saying.
obsessed like with anime stuff.
Well, you have to discipline them, PJ.
I try. Well, the only person I have 3 boys, and like 2 out of the 3 loves anime. The third one, he thankfully like. He likes Star Wars and like Marvel, so I'm very.
Well, I mean, you got the Marvel movies that are popular as ever, so I don't really see it fading.
Yeah, but they don't read the comic books.
Yeah, that's the
Don't read
thing,
that much
you know.
But
of it.
I don't think they need
like the
to.
movies.
I don't think they need to collect the statues.
Yeah, but the statues will.
I mean,
all be
Ahami
movie
collects
based.
X-Men. He can't read.
Wait. I
Struck
got
a chord with Greg here because Greg
I was saying this. It's going to shift to more movie based than to comic based. I mean, right now, I think pretty much comic based has a huge portion of the statues, right?
Yeah.
But as the collectors continue to get younger and we start to fade away, the comic book stuff's going to kind of go away. Nobody reads them any. I mean, I know Justin can relate because he reads comics and he gets very upset that the stories don't line up and the characters, the characters aren't the same characters.
But Greg gets the slabs. He gets the covers. Like,
Yeah, I read those covers really good.
he likes that
Yeah.
flashy
You
stuff.
can tell with that sentence.
I also like to read the back as well. So I read front to back, so
Yeah,
that counts, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
But Omnis are pretty popular right now too, so hopefully that kind of saves the.
yeah, but I gotta get what Franco's saying because like my kids, it's all anime. So like,
Nah, but that's not true because Damien, you could talk to him about Star Wars. Like last night, he just popped up in DCX because somebody wanted to know what was the Ahsoka, the bird on the statue, and he just like he tells me, he's like behind my screen telling me the story, because he doesn't want to come live. And I'm like, no, you gotta come and say it, so everybody can hear it. Because I have no clue about Star Wars, but he knows about
anime?
DC.
Huh? You like anime?
He knows Marvel.
No, because I was about to tell her because you said.
See, he hides back there to talk.
Yeah, he sounds like Alhami.
No, come here and say you're a kid. I don't know. You say it.
What do you like more? Anime?
We want your perspective.
Anime is good, but I was like DC and Marvel.
It's going to come on the screen. Greg, you're going to have to leave, right? Court order?
So what do you like? What do you like? You like DC, like Marvel?
DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Predator, Alien.
You like a lot of shit, bro.
But it's crazy. This one here, like you ask him anything, he's like a.
Have you? But wait, hold on. Quick question. Have you ever rewatched Karate Kid?
Why no?
Why would he?
Have you ever watched Karate Kid?
Yeah,
Listen,
have you ever watched it more than once on purpose?
Listen, Cobra Kai was kind of dope, man. I was into Cobra Kai.
I'm asking this to make fun of your dad. But feel free to say no. It's funny.
I probably watched it like twice as a kid. I never went back again.
Bro, that's an iconic kick, bro. Like the dude went like this and everything.
Yeah, that's a funny.
Hey, Ryan though. Ryan, when he says he's watched Karate Kid, he's talking about the one with Will Smith's kid in it. He's not talking about the wax on, wax off time.
The shitty one. I got you.
Yeah, that one was whack to me. I don't know.
Actually, after watching Cobra Kai, I have no interest in Karate Kid.
Yeah, you learned your lesson. I got you.
Well, actually, I watched Cobra Kai first season. And I really loved it, and then all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch this with my kids. I think my kids are gonna like this, so I'm gonna, start them off with Karate Kid #1." So I watched it, and I'm just like, "Oh my god." Like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get through it. And my kids were like, why is this so old? Like, I was like, oh.
Really?
Right.
Actually, my kids actually like watching old movies with us. They actually like, oh my god, that's actually a cool movie. They'll watch old stuff.
Listen, bro, you ain't lying, bro, because sometimes, you watch movies when you're like a kid or whatever, and you're like, you were into it. Like, when you first saw it, you just saw it once, and you're like, oh, this is a dope movie. And now you go back and you watch it, and you were like, yo, that shit was so fucking cheesy.
So why do you watch it again and again and again and again?
And then he watches it every week and says the same shit.
Yeah, but for example, you remember Monster Squad? Any of you?
Oh, yeah. I love Monster Squad.
Yeah, but try to watch it now.
Like, I actually liked it.
I watched it. But you get the cheesiness, and dude, they call the kid Fat Kid. It's Fat Kid.
Yeah. Actually, my kids like the Monster Squad.
The shit that people could do in the 80s,
they curse.
Yeah,
they curse.
And they were like looking at the girl next door naked, with the binoculars.
Yeah,
and that would never pass today.
No, absolutely not. Oh man, it's such a different
today.
Exactly, especially now, man. Like, when I was a kid, I tried to start a Monster Squad.
Of course,
I was like, "It's real, okay?" I was telling my friends, "We're gonna fight vampires and werewolves." And then my parents were like, "There's no such thing."
PJ Monster Squad, you had to have a certain size requirement, though. It was a very R-rated squad that he ran.
Only the select few.
Only the select few. If you could.
He had casting couches, right?
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god! That was.
So going back to this comic thing that Jerry brought up. I didn't bring it up. Jerry brought it up just so everybody knows, to hear me cry about comics not related to movies. So I'm reading Daredevil, Frank Miller, right? He's the
I want to read
everything type thing.
Like the old one, the original one, or the new one? New one?
I don't know. It's the Frank Miller run.
It's the original 150.
So the old
158 on back in the 80s.
Yeah. Right. So every movie that I've watched. Or every movie, the one movie that I've watched, and then the Netflix series, it shows Matt Murdock. He loses his vision when he's a child, right? But I'm reading the Frank Miller version, and he's in college, right? And he jumps or pushes a blind old guy out of the way from a truck, and that's when he loses his vision. And I've tried to Google this, and I can't figure it out. But is there another storyline of Daredevil where he loses his vision as a kid?
Yeah.
Or is it he loses his vision when he's in college?
Yes, and actually, yes, there is. And actually, the
Without
chemicals
Fear
that, and the chemicals that like he gets splashed with are the ones that go into the drain and create the Ninja Turtles. So yes, that's true.
Yes,
that is true.
Most of the people that watch Turtles don't even know that.
They don't even know that. And and that's true. So there was Frank Miller just like changed it, like he did a, how do you call it, like
a parody.
That's the Turtles, but what Frank Miller did a recon, right?
Well, it was a parody on Frank Miller's Daredevil. He was goofing.
Oh yeah.
Don't we have that like don't we have an art
I want to read that one because
with the Ninja
I've been told it's really good.
It is good, Franco. It's really good. Like I kind of always waited. Like I loved the Netflix Daredevil, right? I even enjoyed the movie, with the exception of the playground scene type thing. But I was always fascinated with Daredevil. Always thought he was such a cool character, but always kind of dreaded reading the comics because I thought it might be slow. I'm like, how action packed can it be? He's blind. But so I started with this Frank Miller version, and I got to say, I love it just as much as I do my X-Men comics that I'm reading. Like everything is so exciting, and I highly recommend it to anybody. I can't find the omnibus anywhere, so I'm reading it digitally. But it's actually a really good story. It's entertaining. He deals with Spider-Man. You got Black Widow throwing in there. Of course, you got Bullseye.
He used to date Black Widow, right?
It's great. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Look at him go. He's choking. Choke. Go.
Franco. No, it's okay. I was gonna say, Franco, like, I know you like one of your specialties are the creatures and stuff. Dude, I would so love for you to sculpt some Star Wars creatures, man. I really hope you get that opportunity, because I think you would just destroy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, meaning you will like nail it. So hopefully one day.
I will have to talk to some people and see what we can do. But I mean, Star Wars is super fun, and I have to say, like, I am really enjoying The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
they save Star Wars.
My kids and I just watched it for the first time.
And what was your impression?
Oh, I'd already seen it, but my kids hadn't seen it, so and they were like, "Oh, they loved it." They were both all in. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, sadly, the last 3 movies I'm not a fan of, so. I am super happy about The Mandalorian. It feels like they saved it.
Yeah, The Mandalorian seriously saved Star Wars, because now we're actually getting some Star Wars merchandise, as compared to before, like 2 or 3 years ago, where we didn't get anything, including statues. Like, you couldn't find like anything that was good, So now everything is, a lot of it's Star Wars, which I'm really happy about, and I'm really happy for new Star Wars fans.
Those new reveals are sweet.
PJ, I don't want you to turn against anybody, or I know that you can't do any wrong, apparently, right? You're the golden child, if you will, of DCX.
Okay.
Where is this going?
I was like,
this is fucking weird.
So you got, you've had all these people that are hardcore Star Wars fans, right? Like even Thor, people will complain about, oh, we're not getting another X-Men piece after we've gotten 12 in. Things like trying to be a Star Wars collector when you have to wait and wait and wait, right? But you see these Star Wars collectors that they'll spend a fortune on one piece because they're so diehard. I mean, that's their childhood. They love it. When you see these people, because Mandalorian has showed up, and Mandalorian is great. I love Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden, because Avengers is gone, right? So now it seems like Star Wars is the new Avengers. It's in the spotlight. Everybody loves them. So you've got all these people coming out of the woodworks that are like, oh yeah, I've always loved Star Wars. But it's like, you never talked about Star Wars. until now it's popular. Like you were ashamed of it until now, or you know, you're just buying every piece you can find, but you don't really know who they are. Can you spot those people pretty quick that they're in it just because of the excitement of the now factor?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, there's it's the same thing probably like with like X-Men, right? I feel there's probably like a whole bunch of like a lot of X-Men fans out there that were like, oh, I need to get this, I need to get that. Oh, it looks cool, that. And you know, I'm sure like, you know, some of the hardcore X-Men collectors are like, do you really know like some of these characters that you're picking up? And for me, I kind of feel the same way about some of the Star Wars collectors out there. For me, it's just like if someone's gonna go crazy and start picking up these, you know, a lot of like Star Wars pieces, you know, I just hope that they really have a connection to some of these you know, characters, right? Like for me, when I collect X-Men pieces, right? I'm not a big X-Men fan, but I do know a lot of like the X-Men main characters and like, you know, main storylines and stuff like that.
That
so,
makes you an X-Men fan. You're fine.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not like, you know, I'm saying like I wouldn't pick up a character that I don't know about. That's just if you get what I'm saying. Like if I'm like, well, I'm gonna pick up, like, say I don't know anything about Juggernaut. Like I pick up Juggernaut. Like, you know, is that meaningful for me to pick up Juggernaut? Or
yeah,
I'm just
you getting a statue to like basically get the in. But I think like X-Men, it might be different in Star Wars now because X-Men is just. I think if you're into X-Men, you've been into X-Men really because of the '90s. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'll throw you to like the '90s for X-Men, but Star Wars, I think if you're getting to Star Wars now, it's because of the whole Mandalorian, you know, the whole Mandalorian, whatever the hell. I don't watch it, so whatever. You know, I'm not a Star Wars dude.
Yeah, but see, the thing is with Star Wars has always been around, right? Like it's always been around, like since the 70s, right? Yeah. So people have a connection with the main characters, so it's okay. Like if someone is not a big, huge Star Wars fan to get like a Darth Vader or a Boba Fett, but then when you start picking up like really like tertiary characters, like, you know, for example, Nien Nub, right? No one knows the Nien Nub. If you start picking up those characters just to pick them up to add it to your collection without knowing anything about the character, I mean, I think, are you picking it up for the hype of the character, or are you picking it up because you really like the character?
Yeah,
and,
but
you know,
that can't that be like the introduction, like the moment when you get excited about something, and those people can go back and watch all the movies and start getting involved in the property.
That company will get you into it, like, you know.
Yeah.
Be like, I mean, at the
You
end
don't
of
have
the
to
day,
be from the 70s to like Star Wars or
at
be a true fan.
At the end of the day, everybody starts off at one point. So I'm guessing, you know. So I'm guessing if you're into the Mando thing now, that Mando, you know, you watch it, you're into it, and you're gonna go back and like start watching everything.
Yeah,
so you get what I'm saying. So get you more into it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Arc is actually kind of
every
making
comic is someone's first comic.
Yeah, but Arc is also making a good point too. Is that like what happens if the hype is now Marvel? What ends up happening? Because then now you're like, oh, wait a minute, I never really liked that Nien Nub character. Now you're going back and like selling it because you rather have like an X-Men in your collection. You know, it's almost.
But they're going to sell it
I'm
for
not
cheaper.
singling out any particular person. I'm not directing this towards someone else. Just for the
this is about drama.
That are going to screenshot it.
I'm missing drama. Like,
no, I get what Justin's asking is like, does it offend him being such a big Star Wars fan when there's like a new collector that is saying that they're equally interested as him? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, sure. You want to collect some Star Wars pieces? Be my guest. But like, wait, you like it as much as me? You just got here.
I get.
But does it matter?
It doesn't matter, but that's the question he's asking.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like if somebody starts, you know, because you're really deep into Wolverine and you love X-Men, right? So if somebody tomorrow starts, for some reason, I don't know why, starts really getting into X-Men, you know, are you gonna like that person? Are you gonna be like, oh, you know, why is he getting it?
No, because I'm not like. I guess I get what Justin's asking. I was just saying what he's asking. Like I don't believe in like goaltending I don't have a cornerstone on X-Men. It doesn't belong to me. Yeah. I'm part of it. You know, and if anybody's interested in it, that's enough for me.
Yeah,
you know? But I can sniff out who's not really interested. Is that really the question you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say
that's fucking super clear. Yeah, for me that's super clear. So that's yeah. But yeah, good. Collect more X-Men. Make my stuff more valuable. Go ahead. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think that I know what you're talking about. Like I just realized.
Yeah. You know, like
I realized.
I don't feel like I don't the hobby I'm part of, I welcome a new person to the hobby the same way I would welcome somebody who's been here for 25 years, you know? It's the same for me. It's like, hey, bro, sis, welcome.
I'll say posers annoy me. Like they're like pretend to be like the, you know, like I guess very similar to what you're saying, where like the person pretends to be like the big bad. Oh, like so let's say some guy came on the scene and the statue scene, and they're like, oh, I'm the X-Men guy, and then you find out he doesn't know shit about X-Men. That would have
Don't any of you feels like a poser sometimes? Like sometimes I feel like a poser. Like if I'm next to a team and we start talking about X-Men, he's going to wipe the floor with my fucking brain.
So that's imposter syndrome. This is what me and Jerry talk about often.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but here's like the main thing, right? You know, you don't have to know everything about something to love it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Same way you don't have to know how to play music to enjoy music. You know, it's like, but you can. I don't know. Like, of course, you smell your own kind. You know who's like you, who's not like you, and that's it.
But if I look at someone like, let's say, Collector's Therapy, like he's an X-Men fan, and he's just now getting into the books, and I haven't read all the books, so that's fine too. But like, I'm just saying, like now that he's getting into the books, that doesn't bother me. I'm not like pointing it at him. I'm just saying if someone pretends to be something they're not.
Yeah,
right. You know, like, pretends to be.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of shit.
Like, you know, for me, like I welcome new Star Wars collectors. I'll always, because it just, you know, you want to surround yourself with like passionate Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
but
they're like.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say like it was just like if they pretend to know. You know what I'm saying? Like if they pretend to know more, it's like for example with a Tim, right? We know he's a big X-Men guy. I don't know much about. I mean, I don't know as much as he does, but for me, I'm an X-Men fan, and I would love to get his knowledge. But I'm not gonna go to Tim and say, "Hey, man, I'm just a big X-Men fan, just as you," and pretend to know more than you.
That wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't even care.
Yeah,
because I'm also not an authority in it. You know, like I don't ever consider myself an authority. I'm just an enthusiast. You know, like, and maybe that's the bottom line. It's like, are you recognizing somebody's passion or somebody's false passion? You know, because if their passion is real and they still don't know shit, it doesn't matter. But if their passion is not real, yeah, dude, yeah.
If they're honest about their passion, that's fine with me.
I mean,
I mean, honestly, to me, I really don't care.
But
because
Justin, this is the book that you were talking about, by the way. Man Without Fear.
Yeah, the Man Without. That's the one I want to read.
Look at Ohami's X-Men collection. He doesn't have a lot of villains, but I still call him an X-Men fan. You know.
That's the book when he's a kid.
You know, to my I saw the Apocalypse, and it's not like all that. You know.
So why you try to buy it from him the other day?
Because he's gonna sell it to me below retail. Because he does that. Like he'll sell it. He'll sell it to me for like $200 cheaper, and then he'll know that he made a mistake. I'll resell it to him again for $300 more than what he sold it to me for, and then he'll sell it to me again for another $300 less. That's Ryan.
Greg, everybody wants to know if you're still alive,
and gonna be like,
Greg, are you still alive?
Yes.
right, yeah, he's still alive, guys. Everybody in the chat, Greg,
it's the same. Oh, it's Greg.
I thought Ohami was going for the compliment route. Like, oh, he's
no, I was just listening to you, fine gentlemen, ladies.
Yeah, so Buck Fangs is making a great point, right?
Yeah,
so
I was gonna say that.
Facets.
What's the point? Oh, sorry.
There's posers, and then there's people that get swept up in the hype, and then there's peers. Yeah.
So I'll say when
you, Cody.
But like for instance, I didn't grow up reading comic books. I just grew up watching X-Men cartoons. The X-Men cartoons doesn't tell you everything about X-Men. You know, I just recently read Giant Size X-Men 1. And I was blown away to find out that Mr. Fantastic made the costumes. I didn't know that shit. I found this out now, and I'm almost fucking 40, you know? But it doesn't take away from my passion for X-Men because I grew up watching the cartoons, and I know somewhat a little bit of them.
Yeah, but I think
not everything.
Yeah, but I think it's different. You know what I think it is? I think it's hype. Like right now, if you get swept, you know, like the comment just on the chat, you know, if you get swept right now with the hype, or you know, you've always liked it, so it's always been like a part of your DNA, sort of. You know, it's part of what you liked. You know, so it's like that's what you've always collected. You just want to get more into it.
Yeah, because you know what? Sorry, Greg, real quick. MCU is going to introduce the X-Men. Dude, it's just going to, like, you're going to see an explosion. There's going to be an explosion of, like, X-Men fans and X-Men collectors popping up left and right.
I hope they do the whole, like, the X-Men thing, like they did the whole Avengers, you know,
it would be awesome, yeah.
Like, you know, introduce, like, characters and, like, push out 2 movies per year. That's what I'm hoping for X-Men.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what's going to end up happening, and you know that will be like the new hype. I think Fantastic Four will be also like the new hype.
That's what I'm talking about. Like I think, like, because I'm like Barb, right? Like I grew up, I didn't read comics, right? I loved X-Men I grew up on the cartoons. Like I was right there every time a new issue or a new episode would come out. Like I was glued to it. I played the game
them every morning at. I can't remember what time it was, but I know it was super early in the morning. I would wake up just to watch X-Men, eat a bowl of cereal. Like I would get ready super fast, and then I would just glue myself to the TV, eating a bowl of cereal for like 2 hours before school started, before I had to go off for school. And I would watch X-Men, Captain Planet. It was.
I mean, Barb, we shouldn't talk about it.
It was a couple of them. So.
There was a whole 90. They actually had a Marvel universe back then. So far back then with all the cartoons.
So Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man.
They were all in.
I think it was Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Or His Amazing. No.
No, that was a 90s Spider-Man. That was in the 80s. The Amazing Friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The 80s one.
Yeah.
But back to I grew up loving all those shows, and Franco was talking about how I would go the longest time without showing my face because I didn't read the comics. So I didn't want to come on the show and somebody start talking comics and expose me as a fraud.
Wait, hold on.
Justin, you always try to make fun of me for not knowing the comics as well.
Wait, hold on.
Isn't that ironic?
I was going to come around here.
Ryan, what are you going to say?
I was going to say Lord King David read the comics and he still thinks fucking Psylocke's European. So you're fine.
Yes.
He didn't even read the fucking book, apparently. We all know it's Betsy Braddock's fucking consciousness in the Japanese.
No, but I've always been upfront. I've always said I don't know comics. I don't because I never read them. And now if I have a chance, I'll read a comic book here or there. Like I read the Dark Knight's Metal story. I'm trying to get into some X-Men stuff.
This is what's kind of interesting to me, right? So Barbara read, right? She followed up on the whole Dark Knight's Metal story thing first than what she did on the X-Men. So that's kind of interesting to me, you know?
Yeah.
No, because
let me ask you guys a question. What's your favorite food?
Steak.
Steak?
Yeah.
Do you know what the cow?
Greg's steak.
Do you know steak. That cow came from that you ate?
Sandwich, I mean,
roughly.
That's the point, you know. Yeah. It's like
roughly, but not really.
I love pizza. Pizza's my favorite. I can't name you all the ingredients in pizza.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like that's the point. It's like you don't have to know all
deeper
that.
problem.
Yeah, you don't have to know everything. Yeah, you know, you don't have to know everything.
I get
You
your,
don't
I
have
get
to
your
know all
point.
that shit.
I get your pain too, but
I read Dark Knight's Metal because I actually first saw when Prime
When
One
you know
released
the statue,
the Batman Who Laughs, right?
Yeah,
I
the
said,
Joker.
who the fuck is this character? Like I instantly fell in love with it, you know? And I begged Ohami so much for that damn statue. It's not even funny until he got it. And then what made me want to read the story was the statue. I didn't know nothing about him. Never had I heard from that character until Prime One released that statue. And then
Damn, could you imagine the kind of control Ohami would have over Barb if he would just put on some clown makeup?
Just real quick, is that like, you know, for me, like
That's kinky.
Can you imagine how informed you'll be if you just turn on the TV?
Yeah.
Like PJ, how many floors are on the Death Star?
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
But
I don't know.
Like Star Wars, it's like it's like,
no. But here's the thing. And like, see, the thing is, like, I go to a lot of Star Wars convention, right? And like, you're thinking, like, I'm thinking, like, yo, I'm one of the biggest fans out there. I'm gonna come there and enjoy. But dude, there's like 20,000 levels of like above you in terms of hardcore Star Wars fans. But here's the thing: is that like, I don't come in there saying like, oh, I'm a bigger fan than you are. But I'm coming in there like, oh shoot, you know more than me? Let me get your knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Let me grab that knowledge from you and not pretend to be, because if I come to you and say, yo, I know more about X-Men than you do, you're gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna share you my knowledge then.
I think the point is just to be humble, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and yeah,
like, you know,
PJ grabbed my knowledge last week and I had to call the cops.
Oh well, yeah. I grabbed it this morning too.
With Franco, he's got all this knowledge of lovemaking. I'm like, just give me just one move. Just let me have one move of yours. It won't mess up your game. My wife is still going to say your name.
You know, for example, right? Like, you know, I didn't know Asajj Ventress died, right? Like right before the New Hope. Asajj Ventress is like one of the biggest, like, well, I wouldn't say the biggest, but she's pretty up there in terms of like character.
I just subscribed to your channel.
I'm so, okay. Never mind. Sorry, but I'm just saying, like, you know, what I'm saying, like, it's just one of those things. Like someone told me, and like I was just like, oh shoot, like I didn't read the book yet, but that's awesome. I gotta read it now. And I don't know. It's just like, I think it's just like there should be like this harmony where it's like a back and forth like exchange with someone that knows more than you and someone, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like this nice conversation. Oh, I didn't know about that. All right, cool. What should I read? Okay, read this. Okay, good. All right, I'll read that. And you know, it's just one of those. But if I come across like I know more than you, right, with this character, I just feel like it's like there's this disconnect.
Nobody wants to be around a person like that. You know?
Yeah.
Don't make me feel bad.
I want to be that,
but don't make me feel bad.
You said you want to be that person?
I want to be that person so bad. Like, it's jealous.
You know,
it makes me jealous. These guys that know all this knowledge. Like, I'm reading as much as I can because, and that's the thing. Like, I grew up, or I got into the hobby. I was scared to be on camera because I thought I'd be exposed as a fraud. And then I'm realizing that a lot of people are like me, that they just grew up loving the cartoon. But now that I'm reading the comics, I'm like, everybody should read the comics. I made a Tim leave.
Where did Tim leave?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the same. Like, it's
got
super
booted.
cool. It would be super cool if people like watch the movies and then go and buy some comics because that's where the stories come from.
Yeah,
but that is actually not the case, as we all know. Like, comic books are really.
And it's crazy because the movies are not even like they changed so many things.
Yeah, they're not even like.
Tim's upside down.
Yeah, the movies, you know, you fall in love with the movies, but you definitely have to go back to the comics because there's just so much missing and so much that's inaccurate or changed or whatever for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, but I'm never mad if things are different for like Hugh Jackman. Like, that's not freaking Wolverine, but you get it. Like it's a different universe, but it would be cool if
But
people go on.
But you can always tell the collectors. You can always tell the collectors when they fall in love with these characters from the movie, because they tend to collect the movie pieces instead of the classic.
I don't know. Me personally, I've never been a fan of movie pieces.
I hate movie pieces unless it's like horror icons.
You know, I don't know what is it about it. Like, I just do not like movie pieces. I don't know why.
It doesn't hit your nostalgia.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're collecting an actor. For example, the horror
Exactly.
stuff is different because it's a character. You know, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
real. It doesn't have the face, whatever. But if you're collecting the Thor from what's the name?
Chris
come on,
Hemsworth.
Chris.
From Chris,
But
it's like you're collecting this person.
Horror movies.
Yeah,
Like,
that's exactly it. Like, it feels like you're collecting the actor instead of the actual character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
I want to know if, like, you know, like when the X-Men comes on, right? Like, are we going to start collecting those movie pieces? Like, you know, like,
No.
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 But like, what happened? If they casted like it perfectly, and it's like one of the best movies. Nope, you wouldn't. Okay.
I mean, Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. did a good role with Tony Stark, and I don't have no Iron Man that looks like you know like him.
Because the thing is that to me, if I collect, you know, a statue of Robert Downey Jr. or Gal Gadot in their costumes, in their movie costumes, I feel like I'm just collecting a statue of the actor in a costume, and not the. I don't like to put that kind of faith to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bust a George Clooney in my house.
Yeah, but yeah.
What happens if Rogue is super,
Would you bust-
what happens if Rogue is super hot or Sam is hot?
No, and no disrespect to
I
collectors.
almost blew up a huge picture of me and Franco.
No, and no disrespect to collectors who collect movie pieces. They are fucking insane movie pieces, you know?
Yeah, but for example, Star Wars, it's all movie pieces.
Yeah, it's all movie.
Yeah, that's a good point too. You know.
Yeah, for me.
But
the thing is that I think that is because the original material is from
movies.
It's from a
Yeah.
movie. That's, you know, that's what I was explaining to Hami. That's what I was explaining to Hami. See, like, I have the Pennywise. No, I have the Pennywise, you know, which is an actor, but Pennywise is not a comic book. He's originally a movie. A movie piece, you know. So I'm not gonna go back to the old movie because I don't like that. I mean, I do want to get a Pennywise from the original movie. Yeah. But I actually really do like the Skarsgård version of Pennywise. But it technically comes from a movie, you know. That I don't mind collecting. You know, that kind of movie piece, I don't mind collecting because originally that's what the material is. It's a movie.
Or like a Freddy or Jason.
Or like a Freddy or Jason or whatever, you know, things like that. But even technically, if you get a Freddy, you're not really seeing that actor's face with all the burnt face, and Jason's got a mask. Michael Myers has a mask. So technically, there's no face to it.
Well, Freddy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like I'm an animated series collector. Like if it looks closer to the animated series, I'm more interested than if it looks farther from the animated series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like a movie version of Wolverine is not going to excite me. If it looks like the animated series, I almost salivate. Like, yeah, that's the one I want.
But that's because the original material was from a comic book. That's what you want to see, not you know. The movies came after.
I'm not collecting like the 70s, 80s X-Men.
It's like do you want like a Wolverine? You know, with the black leather suit like Hugh Jackman wore, you know, and the X-Men, or do you want him in the tiger stripe, you know, with the fins and everything?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Well, you know, if I mean, let me ask you guys, like, would you guys collect if they made quarter scale X-Men animated series statues, would you guys pick it up?
No.
I think at this point, I wouldn't be picking it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because of the lack of details, or why?
Yeah,
I think because of the lack of details.
Because it would feel like cheaper. It would feel.
It would feel like too animated, like the scope will get lost. Like there really wouldn't be like that amount of detail and stuff, you know.
Yeah, the reason why.
You know what? If they were like Diamond Select and priced like Diamond Select, I'd pick them up.
Yeah, because I was gonna say,
so I wouldn't even know what I was looking at.
But like the Iron Skies
God,
one.
Jerry.
Yeah, I know the. Sorry, but just want to say that the Iron man, the one that's they are 110.
Iron Studios.
Oh, the Iron Studios.
No, those are
yeah, super accurate to the comic.
Yeah, I picked the
They're
whole
doing
setup.
really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I was gonna say if it was like, quarter scale, like if they did it like like the Sideshow made that Batman animated series quarter scale statues. So if they made quarter scale statues of the X-Men animated series, because I feel like eventually they'll make something like that.
Even the Iron Studios, the 1/10, man. I wish some of those pieces would be quarter because that little pyro, that shit in quarter would look so fucking sick.
Dude,
yes.
What about the saber tooth? That saber tooth is nuts.
Yeah, but that is accurate to the cartoons.
So
but they have a lot more. They have like a lot of detail in them. Like it's crazy how like the amount of detail they have for 1/10.
Yeah, it's insane. That's printers are getting better and crazy.
I wouldn't buy the X-Men animated series in a quarter scale. I do have the Diamond Select bus, all the ones that came out, and that's in it. And I think those are just perfect representation for it.
Are you sleeping?
That's enough for it for
There you
me.
go.
I also have the Batman half scale bus from Diamond Select. I think they partnered with Gentle Giant to do that or whatever it was.
See that little piece.
So I have the Batman, Joker, and Harley.
Oh, those are nice.
They're awesome.
That's
awesome.
There you go.
Let me see the front of it, Tim.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like
that looks really. That to me looks dope. I would love that in quarter.
There you go. Like, and it doesn't have much more detail than that. Like
I thought.
That's what I'm saying. Like that is pretty accurate to not the cartoon because the cartoon they did the other suit.
Yeah, this is a more modern suit, but I do get like Colossus's looks like the animated series. Mystique looks like the animated series.
So don't you think that you would buy that? Because all of you said no.
So this is the only licensed pyro full body statue on the market.
I know. Yeah, that's crazy to me because he and Avalanche should be out there, man.
100%.
Those two were
him, Avalanche, Blob.
Avalanche looks like a big penis though.
That's why Ryan wants
like.
He does. His costume is lame.
It's gray and it's more like a rhino, man.
Jeez, Ryan. Tell us what you really think.
Have you seen it? Let me show you.
Like a black and white penis?
No, like a polished penis.
Whoa.
Polished
penis. Is that Greg's penis then?
So, like this looks like
it's definitely a pretty penis then.
What did you say, Tim?
The best polished one.
Like it came right out of the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He's wider though than he is in the cartoon.
Yeah, he's a little bit bulky, but stylistically, I mean, this is what this is what I would expect.
The cartoon he never wore his top in the cartoon, which I hated.
The Sideshow OG looks more like he does in the animated series.
Yeah, I have that already though.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying if I had to compare Colossus to the anime, that's all I meant.
Well, in the anime series though, he never had the red and yellow top.
Is that why you sold it, Ryan?
I like that. Actually, Tim, I just noticed that like your background's like all Wolverines. I love it.
Yeah, man. They're eventually gonna move.
Oh, okay.
Because I found the one for me, Ohami.
The 110 Dio's going right here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Wow, you got a lot of work to do before that thing arrives.
Look. This is Avalanche.
Oh boy.
Click on Ryan.
It's not going to get you in trouble. I mean, I don't know, man. I just never found his costume appealing. His power set's awesome.
Yeah, I never
buy a statue of this. I don't know, man.
I don't know. That's the second picture on the right. If they showed him using his powers in that pose, that could be pretty cool statue.
If this is what
come on, show it again. Sorry. I'm going to Google. Show video Avalanche. Saying thanks. So where do you see the? Well, because of the top of the head. That's why.
Yeah, helmet.
That's a helmet.
That's not. I mean, he can't breathe through his nose with that thing.
Yeah, you can say like a a penis is a helmet as well. So yeah, I get it.
Franco, what you have to
Ryan knows his
understand,
penis is on his Ryan. It's just a Ryan thing with penises.
Ryan loves Spartacus because of all the dongs it showed. So when he sees another statue,
It's not what I said.
He's instantly
I
looking.
became desensitized from seeing so much dong because
Yeah.
of all the shit in Spartacus, and no one has ever let me live that comment down.
But because you got a notebook where you draw your images.
I used to draw a lot of penises, like in school. And stuff.
Oh, you see? That's where you first started, Franco, drawing penises on the desk of school?
Yeah, that's the beginning of everything.
People do that at work.
Like
still.
super bad.
No, but you all said that you wouldn't buy the cartoon ones, and then you all said that actually you would. And that's funny to me.
Well, I tried to get a pyro.
You tried to what?
I tried to get a pyro, but it didn't happen. So.
Yeah, I know. And Ryan said that no, but I mean that Storm is like right off the comic book. Of the
you could also see she's right out of the books too, though.
Yeah,
like Jim Lee's.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's probably the problem, right? There's kind of a fine line between, a lot of those characters are based off the artwork that was going around at that time too.
If Diamond Select does the half scale like they're doing with the Batman bus, I would 100% my Lucy Direct bus that I have of the X-Men animated series. If they do the half scale, because they're phenomenal looking for the Batman, I have all three of them. I would 100% buy them.
First.
Yeah, I thought it was just me. I thought my internet was crap. I was
did you make out what I said?
Yeah, it just sounded like your Dramamine was kicking in.
It sounded like we were tripping listening to you.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
I'm about to put Alex.
Put it up.
Ay, Dios.
I love the penis. Is that? No.
Yeah, kind of like that. You love to see it.
It was a Ryan penis joke.
Oh my god.
Man.
Oh, damn, you took that shit out quick. Oh no.
My fucking thumb is throbbing, guys.
Sorry. It's getting bigger. Sorry about that, man.
Man, it's alright. I'll live. I just
Is thumb some contemporary name for something else?
Huh?
Told you to stop shoving things up your ass when I'm out there.
Oh man.
God.
Yo,
Yeah,
Franco, I was gonna.
was here. We were working on the arcade, and then this happened. So he left, and he came back to help me figure it out. So we finally fixed it and got it up there. Thank God he's more careful than me, or else we'd be lost. God damn.
I just want to fit Franco. I can fit both of Tim's thumbs in my mouth. I'm chilling with that.
I'm going to bed. You guys have a good night.
All
right.
Great talking to all you.
Yeah.
Later. Great talking to you, Franco.
Later, Ryan.
Later, guys.
Yeah, good night.
Oh, happy Mother's Day, Barb.
Thank you. Same to Jenny.
Oh, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Barb.
Yeah, later.
See ya.
Well, I don't get the question. Did Franco ever say if he had sculpted?
Oh, he's saying if you ever sculpted a statue and it never got produced, but still have it. I guess if it never went through final production, he's saying, or something like that.
Yeah, I get it, but no, and you wouldn't get it. Like if you do something for a company, like and it doesn't get produced,
Pretty much. What Franco is saying is everything he touches is gold, and it's going to get sold. There's nothing he makes that doesn't get sold.
That's never happened to me.
Yo, Franco, seriously, someone needs to make a horror movie based off your creatures, man. Because I'm telling you right now, it's like a nightmare. Like meaning in a good way. Like I'm telling you, that mom statue freaks me out.
Oh, okay. What I did.
And then the baby, the one with the baby, it just dude, that's your mind is just like insane. And
well, PJ, if you watch the new Grudge movie, right? You can't help but get a hard on that movie. And then when you read the credits and you see Franco's name pop up, you're like, oh, well, that's why, obviously.
Wait, The Grudge or
The Grudge. I did some little thing on that one.
Oh, I know you did the one with the scary story one with the
the creep show.
Yeah, the creep show. Yeah.
But for The Grudge, I did work on some of the wombs. Yeah, some VFX stuff.
Oh, I mean, would you want to make a movie out of based off your creatures, man?
That would be like a bucket list thing, to cross over. Yeah, it would be amazing.
So Franco, you talk about how you love to write movies and stuff, and then you do YouTube shows of your, doing your ZBrush and all that. Maybe it's a little bit time to release some of these movie scripts that you're doing. Get them out in the public.
No, that's the thing. I don't know how to write shit. That's why I do image-based things that I would love to, because it's not like when I do something, I get ideas for it. But I don't know if you ever try to write some of your ideas. When you write them, they feel super stupid. Like,
yeah.
When I write my ideas, everybody's on a unicorn. So,
well, my ideas involves the bottom 4 of this panel right now. Well, I think Franco, if you want to join too, but
That is so weird.
This went south, but yeah, no, man, that'd be cool. You ever want to picture a movie? Because I'm gonna tell you, man, some of it's so unique, man. And I'm not just trying to
No, I appreciate it. Yeah.
It's just I'm telling you, I don't know. The mom statue really got me.
Yeah,
I was oh my god.
That's the cool thing about that. You want that kind of reaction from people, something that gets to them. And I don't want to do the things that I do, for shock value, because that's not the idea. That's why they have a story behind them. When you see something that is super gory or something, but if you see my stuff, actually, it's not gory at all.
Yeah,
it's just the imagery is uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh! Ooh, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, the baby snatcher.
Yeah, but if you see it, actually, there is nothing going on in it, but you imagine what is going to happen, and that is what hits you. Because I'm not capturing the moment of the feeding, you can say. I'm capturing the before, and I let your imagination do the rest.
Yeah, because with the baby snatcher, it's the baby's super clean, but the baby's innocent. Yeah. Everything else is just
wretched.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy, man.
But it's actually it's going to feed other babies at the same time. So what babies should live? Are you going to give? It gets into that for me.
Dude, if this thing.
This one, I was talking to Barbara and Hami, and this one is about what we teach our children, I kind of feel all the shit that we have in ourselves, in a way or another, we kind of get it to our children's. We pass that to our children's. So that one is kind of about that.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. No, because I was gonna say there, with your characters, it's so unique that you don't see this. With horror movies nowadays, it's all about cutting limbs and it's
gore,
not really a lot of gore. But then there's no unique creatures like this one. Well, not Thor, but like this one,
which that Thor is.
Yeah. A video game of these characters would be good too.
Yeah, but video games, I feel you see a lot of stuff. And video games, all the creatures in general are or the boss, or it's meant to be destroying a few seconds. It's an enemy, and you got to get rid of them. So I don't feel they get the attention they deserve, because you see some crazy, amazing things in video games. But
this is what my dreams are made of.
Oh my!
Thanks. I have it here. Like it's. You can see it
Oh
there.
wow!
Oh,
It's quite big.
Let me make it big.
Franco just had his pocket.
Yeah, I got it.
You
Stuck down there. See,
I
that's
want
why
to
I
get a
printed.
3D printer bad.
It's like, are you happy to see me, or is that a Frank Carlesimo sculpt in your pocket?
But yeah, I know what you're saying, PJ, about that. Because yeah, I feel like a lot of these like designs and scripters, they just go by so fast, and you don't get the time to see them, appreciate them, and that's a shame. Yeah, I don't know if you see the Bloodborne game, it has a lot of cool imagery.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You make a good point. You don't get to appreciate them
But yeah,
as you
yeah,
should.
exactly.
Yeah, because you're blowing them up, right? You're like, oh
Yeah.
shoot, that's okay. Boom. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
So Franco, now that I've got my my knee pads on, I'm ready to do the cupping and all that's necessary here. So when you create a piece, at least in my view, it seems like a piece that you do, it doesn't matter if the collector loves the character that you're doing, they're buying it because your name is attached to it, right? So do you feel like you've achieved your goal type thing, at least in as far as the community world, that people are buying a piece just because your name is attached to it, so they know that they're going to receive that greatness to it, rather than I'm buying a character that I love and it's awesome. Oh, hey, Franco did this piece. That's cool too. But it's, at least from my view, it seems so much that people, just because your name is attached to it, it seems like they're willing to buy it because maybe if they don't love the character, they know they'll make a lot of money off of it. If they do love the character, they know it's going to turn out great from you. But does that kind of, like, I would say, I know you're not, making a sideshow statue. You're not part of that team. Like, that would be cool to be a part of that team, I'm assuming. But it's so much that you've got the community backing you instead of a licensed company backing you. Do you prefer one or the other? Like, I would imagine, as far as a money standpoint, you would probably prefer one or the other. But do you feel like because the community has got your back in that aspect, do you feel like that's more so or more important to you than having a licensed company behind you? Am I rambling on?
No. I get a question perfectly, and don't mind Jory, because we can work around it. It's nothing bad. No, yeah, I mean, like the fact that I was never doing this to go like, oh, I'm going to get fans. I'm going to, like, that wasn't never the goal. Like, the goal was just to do something that I love, that I enjoy a lot, and to pay the bills. And oh man, it would be cool if I could do these characters for a living. So I never imagined that I would, like, as you said, like, have people buying stuff that I do just because I make them. And I don't like to think about that too much, because kind of puts a lot of pressure. Yeah, I
Right.
already do, have a lot of pressure on myself because of how I am. But if I
Franco,
start
I
to
want
go
to apply a lot of pressure to you. I mean, that pressure,
I will receive that pressure.
Spot.
I bet that would be nice. That would feel like cozy and warm.
I don't know if you'll feel anything, but
Oh, come on.
Greg, we all can't be 20.
You go that way with him. You go that way. But no, for sure, for real, Justin. Yeah, I mean, I feel completely like privileged of being like in the situation that I am. You can say that I can do what I love for a living, and what happens, after that, it's not in my control. Like, the fact that people know my work and stuff like that, it wasn't something that I actually like went for. It was just something that grew and happened. So it's not something that I think too much about that. But I love the community. That's one of the things that we talked about earlier, and that's one of the things that I like the most about doing this.
Yeah, Franco, I just wanted you to know that I don't care anything about the statues that you make. I'm just all about focused on you. Like you're the one that I want. I don't want a piece that you make.
You know,
I just want you.
You've been teasing me for years now. I think I'm seeing the chat, Barb. So yeah, it's Mother's Day, and I think
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
No, my son was talking to me, so I had it muted. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. So thank you so much for joining us.
So I think we should.
Yeah, no, thank you for joining us, and thank you everybody for joining us as well. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. So peace out. Have a good night.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yep.
Thank you all.